the number of aid trucks entering Gaza by half. Bob Kitchen of the International Rescue Committee says much more is needed.
From a small trickle of aid to now a stream where we actually need an overwhelming torrent of aid, we're nowhere near that yet. There are 2 million people, 90% of which have been displaced, famine conditions. They're not getting the aid they need.
At the White House, reporter Stacey Lynn.
In a post on Truth Social, the president said the job is not done, and the bodies of the dead hostages have not been returned as promised. He said that step was needed to move on to the next phase of the U.S.-backed Gaza deal.
CBS News has joined several other news organizations in declining to agree to the Pentagon's new requirements for journalists. CBS's Eleanor Watson is at the Pentagon on why that decision was made.
Because of the language in the multi-page document that is concerning about what we would be limited to reporting. It's not about roaming the hallways. It's not about press badges. We already cannot access classified spaces, and we already wear press badges. The concern in the language in the document is that it would restrict how we solicit information, even unclassified information that could really limit our news gathering. That's why we're not signing, as well as a majority of other outlets aren't signing, and we will soon have to move out.
There's a vote later today in the Senate to end the government shutdown. Olivia Rinaldo reports it's likely to fail, but no one's talking anyway.
There are no conversations that we know that are happening between those Democratic leaders on Capitol Hill and the White House. There's also not even really conversations happening between those leaders on Capitol Hill. We have heard that rank and file members are talking to each other about perhaps what concessions on health care could look like, but no meaningful movements towards that yet, especially as we're entering what is the third week of this government shutdown.
Grammy-winning singer D'Angelo has died. Here's correspondent Matt Piper.
D'Angelo released his debut album Brown Sugar in 1995. The record was certified platinum. Voodoo followed. Released in 2000, it won the Grammy Award for Best R&B Album, while How Does It Feel won for Best Male R&B Vocal. His family says he died after a prolonged and courageous battle with cancer. D'Angelo was 51.
On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are mixed. The Dow is up 415. The Nasdaq is off by 38. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Take the next step forward in your career with great benefits and an award-winning workplace. Apply at careers.progressive.com.
Debate over a camping ban in our region. We'll tell you all about it in just a moment. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic. Nate, what are you seeing?
It's not a bad start to our noon hour out there, Jillian. Seattle Sports has the update. We still have road work westbound 520 at Lake Washington Boulevard there in Montlake is blocking your left lane, and you're in about a 1 mile jam as you make your way through this scene. Linwood to Seattle, 20 minutes. You're crowded between Northgate and the Ship Canal Bridge, but you're close to freeway speeds through this whole thing. North 5, you're going to jam up at the West Seattle Bridge into downtown. There are brief backups at the First Avenue South Bridge due to a recent closure for marine traffic. 405 is clearing out through Renton. And in Olympia, South 5 at Highway 101, that earlier road work is already cleared, opening up that right lane. You've got about a 2 mile backup still through Lacey, Tacoma to Olympia. We're getting close to normal at 40 minutes. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Jillian Raftery. A camping ban in the South Sound could get a lot bigger. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin reports the Tacoma City Council is considering it today.
Officials are expected to discuss that expanded ban that would ban camping from 10 blocks away from shelters and 2 blocks away from all schools, parks, and libraries. The current ordinance was passed in 2022. It bans camping and storage of belongings in that same 10-block radius that they're proposing again tonight around those temporary shelters, but it's also saying that it should be around 200 feet around the public property near a waterway.
With the new tolling equipment going live on SR 167 on Monday, the state is hoping the rampant cheating in the hot lanes will come to an end. Everyone will need a good-to-go pass, or they will get a bill for the toll and a $2 pay-by-mail fee. State Tolling Director Ed Berry.
We know people are using that lane improperly, and by updating our equipment and offering this pay-by-mail, we are now giving folks that option to use that lane legally.
In more tolling news, it's probably going to cost you more to use Seattle's 99 tunnel when the World Cup comes to town next year.
State officials are considering a temporary toll hike for the SR 99 tunnel of either 50 cents or $1. That would run 24/7 from June 1st to July 15th. During a presentation Tuesday morning, one member of the Washington State Transportation Commission expressed some reservations.
It's a little bit of a slippery slope when we think about the location of the tunnel by the stadiums. There's always events going on, and you could say there's major jumps in traffic for a number of reasons, maybe not to this scale.
The commission could make a decision sometime in December. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Counting down to Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. And Seattle fans, of course, want to hear more of this.
This one is going, and goodbye baseball.
Right now, tickets are going for more than $230 a seat at the lowest. First pitch at T-Mobile Park at 5:08 p.m. Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Just 60 degrees today and sunny, 61 tomorrow. Clouds move in with rain chances on Thursday and a high of 58. It's 55 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery with KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Happy Tuesday, October 14th. I'm Jake Skorheim, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill. Spike, welcome to the show.
Hey, my friend. Oh, I know, right? Just you feel it in the air, can't you?
There's a buzz. There's an excitement.
Yep.
There's a creeping, horrible feeling we all have in the back of our throats that the Mariners. No, I'm not even gonna say it.
I know.
I'm not even gonna say it.
I know.
They had a great day yesterday.
What's the saying?
Fantastic.
25 times bitten, twice shy.
Let's
right?
not even say it. I don't even want to say it. Don't want to say it. They all know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say it. And we're all praying that they win tomorrow.
Welcome to your Tuesday, my friend.
Welcome to Tuesday.
Yeah,
We got a ton of stuff on the show today. It's really great. We got a lot of guests. This will be fun. Next segment, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of that massive win by the Mariners yesterday with Lyle Goldstein from the Marine Layer podcast. He'll be joining us live, so you can watch us on video here. If you're not already doing that, you can go to youtube.com. You can watch us there. You can also watch us on the KIRO app. So you guys should check that out, definitely. We have a lot of news stories to get to. I do want to mention the Mariners real fast because they're 2-0. I don't think anybody predicted that they would be 2-0 in the ALCS right now. It seems they're a very good team, but this just seems too good to be true. Everybody's very excited about it.
That's why I don't gamble.
That's why you don't gamble.
Nobody
not
saw
anymore.
Nope, not anymore. I made a deal with the Almighty, and he came through, so I'm keeping my word.
There you go.
Nobody saw this coming.
Nobody saw this.
Anybody who tells you that they saw this coming,
liars.
Don't buy.
Scratch a lie, find a thief.
Yeah. There you go.
Absolutely. I just want to highlight one play yesterday. Polanco is playing out of his mind and had a 3-run home run yesterday to just break the game open. This is what it sounded like.
Arozarena, the go-ahead run at second. The next offering. Swinging a fly ball drilled right center field. This is back at the wall, and it's gone! Jorge Polanco, Mr. October. A 3-run smash over the wall in right field. The Mariners flip the script in the 5th. Jorge Polanco has done it again. It is 6-3 Mariners in the 5th inning. Incredible Jorge Polanco.
Then it just kept getting better and better.
Yeah, buddy.
Mariners won 10-3. Unbelievable game. I have to point out really fast. It was really funny because I don't forget the guy's name, but it was Fox who's broadcasting the games.
Yes.
So the Fox announcer is reminding everybody in the audience that it's Canadian Thanksgiving. The game was in Toronto. Not a lot to be thankful for in Toronto, obviously. But he said something I thought was hilarious. He's like highlighting the fact that it's Thanksgiving. The Maple Leafs lost.
Yeah.
Which was no good. They lost to the Red Wings, and then also. Obviously the Blue Jays were well on their way to losing that game, and so he goes, boy, first the Maple Leafs and now the Blue Jays. He goes, I hope Grandma doesn't burn the turkey. which was such a funny line. And I was thinking, like, did he have that prepared ahead of time?
No, that
or was that just a on-the-moment funny comment that the guy made, which is why he's a pro and doing the job?
I think that feels organic.
Yeah.
Definitely. I don't know about Grandma's turkey. And actually, by the way, in Canadian,
Grandma doesn't burn the turkey.
Canadian food, they're much healthier than we are. We chuck our turkeys full of growth hormones. We plump up those breasts.
What do they eat?
They just give them less.
Breast?
Well, no, I'm not.
What do they eat?
I think they have a higher level of purity in their foods than Americans.
Well, it's not working for their baseball team.
No,
so
I'm just saying.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Jeff Passan, you follow Jeff Passan on socials or?
I don't. I'm not sure. I apologize.
So he posted this yesterday, which I thought was a lot of fun. Actually, I think he posted this today, and this is a debate for you and the audience to get in on this, and we will come to a conclusion by the end of the show today.
I love it.
And here's a question. This is what he said. He said Jorge Polanco. Obviously, he had an amazing game. He's having an amazing postseason.
Really is.
Said Jorge Polanco loves Maverick and Iceman, characters from Top Gun. He has the Top Gun anthem as his ringtone, and nobody in baseball is flying higher these days. So the question so he just says he has the Top Gun anthem. Now my question to you is he talking about the Lady Gaga "Hold My Hand" from Maverick?
Oh,
which Polanco's a young guy. That's been a very popular song in the recent couple of years.
Yeah.
Or is he talking about the original Kenny Loggins version? So I'm going to give you just a little taste of each right now. This is a Lady Gaga "Hold My Hand," a good song on its own right. I know who I'm voting for, but this is the Lady Gaga version. And you guys can let us know on the text line 888-973-5476. What is Polanco playing on his phone as he gets pumped up for the game? Is it Lady Gaga or is it Danger Zone? It's a good song, actually.
It's a fine song.
It's a fine song.
Yeah. And I love Gaga. She's awesome.
Raise your hand.
It's pretty good. Does it top the original Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins? Come on. Laura, have you seen the original Top Gun?
No.
Look.
Oh, my God.
I've seen the new one.
Do you hide on the 4th of July? You just how are you an American?
It's a good question. Laura, do you hate America? That's what Spike's wondering.
Technically, I wasn't born here.
That explains so much.
Yeah.
She's a Brit. People don't know that about you. You were born in London.
Undercover, yep.
Was it London? Like proper London?
Proper London, yeah.
Okay.
Same hospital as the Queen's children.
Do they give you dual citizenship?
No, you have to live there for a little while after you get born.
You were only there till 5?
Yeah.
Did you have a London accent when you came back?
Yes,
little Cockney accent?
I did. Oh, someday I should share the picture of me starting preschool versus kindergarten.
Oh.
Because the preschool one, I have the most severe bob, and I'm wearing a little velvet dress, and I'm not smiling at all. I look so British. And then the next year, going into kindergarten, tie-dye T-shirt, jeans,
America!
pigtails, big smile. Yeah.
Listening to Top Gun Maverick. Here's a question.
Go ahead. I'll say that there may be a third choice here. We're talking about Top Gun. Maybe this is his ringtone.
I didn't consider
Who
that.
are we to judge?
Possible.
Right? Because he has taken our breath away. Right?
Who is he imagining on the bike, either in front of or behind him, though, when he's listening to this
You
song?
can't fit a big dumper on the rear seat of a motorcycle. You just can't.
Although,
maybe.
Kelly Brock. That's a very interesting, disturbing image that you've painted for us, Spike. All right, you guys let us know on the text line, 888-973-5476.
Good times.
Let's discuss that more in detail in a little bit.
Let's waste our time with
We'll waste our time on that a little bit later. All right. Also later in the show, this is something you want to stick around for. We have Mike Gastineau, right? He's coming on with us later.
Gas Band's going to join us.
So obviously a local legend here. He was on the air for what, 20?
Yeah, probably 20. Better part of 20 years, bouncing around station to station,
Sports radio.
up and down the dial.
Yeah, sports radio guy.
Gas Man loves this town. This town loves the gas.
So he wrote this article for Seattle Times. He's a writer now. He's got some books and stuff.
Yeah.
He wrote this article for Seattle Times on the circumstances that led up to the picture that probably many of you have seen on social media of Greta Niehaus sitting, watching the Mariners' unbelievable 15-inning, game-winning.
Sitting with her dad.
Sitting with her dad's statue.
Yeah.
It's just her facing the field, and we can put this up on. There it is right there. She's sitting there back to us, but she's sitting there. She's got an
Watching
arm
the game.
locked in with her dad. And so many people saw this picture and were just, if you didn't know who it was, you just think it was a nice picture. But then you know who it is, and you just instantly just get weepy thinking about it.
And Gasman wrote a beautiful piece, as you mentioned, in the Seattle Times.
About what led to that moment.
Yeah.
And it highlights like not only her, but the two women who captured the photo who were down there also pacing. All of them are missing their dads. All of them are, and it's just like it's a great piece. So, so he's a friend of yours. So you were like, let's get him on the show.
Jump on with us to talk about that. And if you, as we talk to Gas, we'll point it out. But if you look at that photo, that's Greta Niehaus, and the clock in the back. I mean, this is unbelievable that these things come to play.
Yeah.
The clock on the scoreboard. It's if you zoom in the photo, you can see it. It's a nice piece in the Seattle Times. Got the photo. Clock says 10:06. That is the exact moment. See, the crowd's still sitting.
Yeah.
So they haven't hit Polanco hasn't hit the game winner yet. This is the moment.
That's the moment he hit it.
That's the moment.
This is like, it's the holding your breath moment.
Yeah. I mean, if the hair on the back of your neck isn't standing up, look at it. And there's a mustache.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. He didn't have a mustache, did he?
No, but Greta Niehaus put that mustache on her dad.
Oh, that's a stick-on?
That's a stick-on.
Oh, that's great.
For the Mariner postseason mustache ride.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
really cool.
Gas going to jump on this at 1:30.
All right, so he'll join us then. It'd be great. All right, let's move on to some very interesting local news. We've been talking recently about Kroger. You remember Kroger? We had all those stories nationally. They were shutting down a bunch of locations.
You bet. Yeah, they're doing a solid business decision to close down not only less profitable, but money-losing locations.
I mean,
it's what you do in business.
It's what you have to in business.
Yeah.
It was a controversial thing, apparently. Some people were upset about it, and they said, hey, how could you do this? You're only targeting these, these areas where people don't have access to other locations to go and shop. Again, that's not the purview of the business. That is the problem for the local government to worry about.
That sounds like a municipal problem to me.
It's a municipal problem. Yeah, absolutely. So, so the Everett mayor, Cassie Franklin, has tried to figure out how to solve this problem, and so they are giving out. This is My Northwest article. You guys can read about it there. It says the city of Everett will provide free transit to local grocery stores for 6 months. Just 6 months. As Kroger begins to close several grocery stores across the region. I think they're closing 6, 5 Fred Meyers and 1 QFC.
I believe that.
Right?
I believe that's correct. Yes.
Everett Mayor Cassie Franklin announced the free transit offerings are in response to Fred Meyer closures affecting residents who rely on the store for groceries. Obviously, Transit Route 12, which is what they're going to make available, connects the Everett Mall and the Seaway Transit Center. The routes will make stops near Fred Meyer, Trader Joe's, and Walmart. There's like a corridor there where there's just a bunch of grocery stores, all in the same little, stone's throw from each other. So they said the mayor of Everett, Cassie Franklin, is hoping that this is going to be, useful to folks who I guess don't have access to vehicles. Do you think this is going to be effective for them? And do you think this is obviously this is not a fix?
Yeah, no, it's not a fix, but it's a nice gesture to the community that we understand what you're going through. The whole problem with the closures of these stores, as you mentioned, they're in low-income areas. They will disproportionately affect low-income communities who often don't have their own transportation. So I think it's a nice. I don't know what it's going to cost city. It doesn't cost city nothing. It's not like they're kicking off a paying customer to let somebody on a bus,
You're
right?
not paying for free Ubers. It's a bus.
It's a bus. Bus is running whether somebody's sitting in the seat or not.
Most
right?
people who she's probably making this available to, if they're saying it's because of finances, that they're not willing to take a bus to go get groceries, is that what she's saying?
The bus is the only way to get to the grocer for this community. I'm assuming, and the fact that if they can save the local residents the cost of bus fare, that can go toward your groceries. It can help a little bit.
What's a bus cost these days? Do you have any idea? I don't. I don't ride buses.
I think it's $1.75. I'm not certain.
Also,
I got on, but aren't
there a lot of folks who get bus passes for free?
A lot of low-income folks do get bus passes.
So they already have bus passes, which would get them there,
yeah.
I assume. So are they is that route just going to, are they just not going to collect from anybody who wants to take that route? How are they going to know where they're going?
That's a great question. I would think show your receipt.
Just get on and say like, oh, you got to show your receipt?
I don't know, but they should. I mean, there's got to be some kind of gate there, right?
I mean, the bus driver's not going to want to check a Trader Joe's receipt, and they're going to check the date.
What if you have a bag of groceries? That seems like a pretty easy spot.
It could be.
I mean, you got a bag of groceries. And make sure it's groceries, not smelly laundry, right? That puts a lot on the bus driver, but they are behind plastic shields, so they're going to be okay.
Do you know what this felt like to me? One, I don't think bus drivers want to be verifying people's groceries as they get on. Like, hey, let me check those groceries. I don't even know if that's legal to ask somebody to see their groceries.
No, that's fair.
Two, this to me feels like one of those things that you're saying you're doing that really is not an addition. Is this really even a thing? Is there people who are going to just jump on a bus who wouldn't have already taken the bus or don't already have? It's not Orca, right? Orca doesn't. Orca
cards
Orca in Everett?
Yeah, Orca cards cover all mass transit in the area, whether it's rail, whether it's
That's
ferry,
in Everett
whether
as well?
it's I believe so.
Okay. So
Orca's
Everett
regional.
Everett Transit uses Orca?
I'll double check that, but I can't imagine that wouldn't be the case.
This to me, here's what this felt like to me. There's a scene in The Office, which I thought this felt like.
All things in life.
All things can be traced back to The Office.
That's what faith is based on, my friend.
Here's what it felt like.
In addition to severance and everything, I want to give you this gift certificate to Chili's from me. Okay? No hard feelings.
You remember he fired that guy? Fired Devin? And he's like, I want to give you this gift certificate to Chili's. Can we remain friends? I just don't know if this feels like a giant thing, and it's only for 6 months.
Yeah, that's.
So what's the big win here?
I guess the feeling is
were people not going to go get groceries if they didn't have a free bus to ride a grocery too?
I can't
and
imagine
who wants
that's
to carry
the case.
groceries on a bus?
Hey, trust me, a lot of people take the bus to get groceries. It happens all the time.
Well, then does the route need to be made free then for people to get groceries?
I guess when
I'm not trying to be a Grinch.
No, I understand. You're being a responsible steward of the public funds, and I respect that about you.
I'm just wondering what the practicalities of this are, other than just
virtue signaling from the mayor of Everett.
It feels like we're bailing water as fast as we can because we've gotten the city in a situation where companies literally don't want to do business here. So now we're going to offer free busing to the few remaining places who still want to do business here, and.
Well, maybe look at it this way: if you were able to walk to the Fred Meyer to get your groceries, right? Because you don't own a vehicle, you're a low-income family, and now you've got to go to a further away food store.
Yeah.
Whether it's the Walmart or the Trader Joe's. I can't believe anybody that's on a low-income is shopping at Trader Joe's, by the way. Trader Joe's is fine, but they're not a low-discount grocer.
Yeah, Trader Joe's.
Yeah. So if you can no longer walk to your grocer because Fred Meyer closed, the mayor's giving you a free bus ride to the nearest grocery store. And maybe it's only 6 months because they plan to put something else in that store to fix that food desert.
People already have free Orca cards?
Some do, some don't. Maybe they don't qualify. Maybe they use those for other sources. The Orca cards, are they capped for an amount that's on a free Orca card? Is it limitless?
These are questions that I don't know.
I don't know. I do know that I did quick research told me that Everett does take the Orca card. It's an Orca situation.
Okay. So it is Orca.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a nice gesture. You're right. It's bailing water out of the Titanic.
I don't know if it feels like it's super meaningful to me. It feels like she's made an announcement that doesn't necessarily feel like it has huge ramifications.
Let me ask
positive.
Let me ask you this: put yourself in the shoes of a low-income family.
Okay.
Who's already struggling week to week to make ends meet.
Who's refusing to take the bus because it's $1.50, and now they're taking it because it's suddenly free to get groceries?
Well, maybe you feel like somebody sees.
I'm not trying to pinch an extra $1.50 out. I'm just saying.
I hear you, but maybe it's just hey, we know you're struggling. We're going to do everything we can to help. Here's one thing that may help a little bit. Okay. You can ride the bus for free.
Okay.
It's nice to know that the mayor of Everett's thinking about you at least. It's got to make you. Right?
I'd rather have a gift certificate to Chili's. If I was being
Are they still open in Everett?
Honest?
Let's check. Because I think they also left. I know they left Linwood.
Here's what she should do.
Yeah.
Why don't you just make grocery delivery available for free? Just say, hey, we'll deliver groceries for 6 months to your house.
That's on the company. That's on the local grocers. Maybe partner with them to reimburse them for the cost of free
whatever they're
deliveries.
paying for the bus stuff. Why don't you just apply that money to like Amazon Fresh, and have groceries delivered to your house? Now you don't even have to leave your house.
Well,
that's a pain in the butt.
That's a solution. I like this. That's nice. It's not a bad idea.
I mean, if we're just giving stuff away, I'm not arguing to give more stuff away, but.
No longer Chili's in Everett, by the way.
There's no Chili's in Everett?
No Chili's in Everett.
Is there a TGI Fridays?
I'll look.
Is there still an Applebee's? I used to go to that Applebee's. That was fun. All right, we got a lot more stuff coming up. This is going to be great. Join us next. We're going to have Lyle Goldstein. We're going to pop down to the, what are we calling this? We're calling it the Red Basement? Or what are we calling it?
I don't know.
Red Light District.
Red Light District.
Studio B.
Studio B, there you go.
Studio B.
Studio B leave.
Studio B.
By the way, there's an Applebee's.
There's an Applebee's. No, I know there's an Applebee's.
Cool, I'm just checking, because you never know these days.
I know.
They're leaving like crazy. They're flying the coop.
I love me at Applebee's. Can't get enough of it.
Good in the neighborhood.
Applebee's got some great appetizers. A lot of fun. All right, we got a lot more coming up.
Your sponsorship opportunity is right here.
There you go. Yum, yum, yum. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino.
I can't wait till I get a little older.
The John Curley Show.
I get a little bit more hair in my ears.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
And I can be the really crotchety old guy that can say to people in restaurants,
"Why don't you get your kid off the phone?"
You could do that now. No, I'm not there yet. Getting close to being eccentric. As my mom used to say, I don't make enough money to be eccentric. I'm just middle-class crazy right now.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube. Weekdays 3 to 7. And download the KIRO Newsradio app.
Let's go.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
With football season comes cooler weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball.
Steve Rabel here. Call on locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington to tackle your project. Their wide selection of windows and doors always beats the competition, and they'll give you top-notch customer service with no trick plays. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
Homes are sitting, but the bottleneck is about to break. Set yourself up for success by working with a team that doesn't just set up your listings and let it sit. The Novak team creates a marketing strategy that's hands down proven successful. Mike sold over 1,500 homes and guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If Mike doesn't get your home under contract within 21 days, he sells it for free. That is no commission for Mike. Go to meetthenovaks.com. That's meetthenovaks, NOVAKS.com.
Hey, it's Jason Rance. Our local tax expert Greg Nunn wants taxpayers to know the IRS is now going after older cases very aggressively. If you received Form CP-504 from the IRS, do not ignore it. Be proactive and resolve your situation with Greg Nunn, N-U-N-N, None Better Tax Resolution.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Jillian Raftery. Day 14 of the government shutdown and no sign of meetings or compromise between Democrats and Republicans. The union supporting air traffic controllers handed out leaflets about the shutdown at some airports around the nation, warning that staffing and safety are both at risk. CBS News correspondent Allison Keyes reports.
National Air Traffic Controllers Association President Nick Daniels warns that the shutdown is putting travelers in jeopardy, with workers worried about paying bills.
And this introduces a new risk to aviation.
This air traffic controller at New York's LaGuardia says
it's more of a stress on the individual because the job's stressful enough as it is.
The union is calling on lawmakers to get workers paid. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
So far, Seattle airports have not been affected by those kinds of delays and cancellations. During a bilateral with the president of Argentina, President Trump was asked what happens if Hamas refuses to disarm.
If they don't disarm, we will disarm them. They know I'm not playing games.
Should it come to that, Trump wouldn't say how, but said it would happen, quote, quickly. Southern California is being pummeled by a rare October storm. Meteorologist Craig Allen says areas impacted will be the scarred areas by fire around Los Angeles. Allen says winter has also made an appearance in the eastern mountains.
There are winter storm warnings in effect for the Sierra and for most of the inland areas. Once you start climbing about 5,000 to 6,000 feet in elevation, it turns to snowfall, and there's the potential for 6 to 12 inches of snow in these areas with hazardous travel.
A big win for one of Washington's largest employers. Boeing continues to ramp up production out of the pandemic and from under the shadow of 2 deadly crashes and the door plug blowout. The company delivered 160 commercial airplanes in the third quarter of the year, bringing the total to 440 jets this year. This is a vast improvement over Q3 last year when the company delivered just 116 commercial planes. Let's get a check with Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio Traffic.
Yeah, thanks, Jillian. We're looking pretty good out there. Global Credit Union has this quick update. We do have a new collision, though, in Renton. It's North 405 at Sunset Boulevard, and it's blocking 2 of your 3 lanes, 2 left lanes, and you're backed up to State Route 167 right now. That's a bumper-to-bumper backup, and right now Renton to Bellevue has about a 10 to 15-minute delay. South 405, you're going to jam up at the seam. Over in Montlake, we still have road work westbound 520 at Lake Washington Boulevard, blocking your left lane. Linwood to Seattle, 20 minutes, just a little crowded from Lake City Way to Mercer. And the State Route 169 Dan Evans Bridge, the Green River Bridge, reopened this morning between Black Diamond and Enumclaw. However, the State Route 410 White River Bridge to the south remains closed through at least the end of the month, possibly mid-November. Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and early payday with direct deposit. Learn more at globalcu.org. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Sunny, a high of 59 today. Tomorrow, clouds move in, but it's still pretty mild with a high of 61. Overnight lows in the mid to low 40s. Rain chances on Thursday. It's 56 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery with KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We are very excited to welcome Lyle Goldstein from the Marine Layer podcast on with us now. Lyle, welcome to the show.
Jake, Spike, always good to hang out with you guys. Thanks for having me.
Okay, Lyle, last night, walk us through the Mariners. They win 10-3. What happened? Why is that? Why is that possible? How is it possible that after the first game where it felt like they just kind of they won and it was great, but it was kind of a quiet game, and then last night it exploded? What was the difference last night?
I think you just saw the Mariners offense come alive, and that's the offense they've been since the trade deadline when they got Naylor and they got Gino Suarez. Look, the Blue Jays offense is really good, but it was the Mariners just putting on a full throttling in game one. Julio gets it started early. Polanco stays as hot as anybody in the postseason. Josh Naylor gets in on the action with a homer. The Mariners offense lives and dies by walks and home runs. And in game two, they were drawing walks and they were hitting home runs. And for an offense that hasn't scored a ton in the postseason, for as good as they've been throughout the final 2 months of the regular season, man, you saw it come alive in game two in Toronto.
This guy that started for Toronto, Savage, am I pronouncing it right? No.
Trey Savage.
Savage. Okay. He had a phenomenal, he's like an unknown. No one on the team had faced him before. Did I read that correctly?
So this was his 5th big league start ever. The 6th rounder of last year. So he moved through the minors quick. I mean, he started the year down in A-ball this year.
And he smoked the Yankees in the ALDS. And they were counting on that happening again. Look at the Yankees lineup and they figure, okay, if you can do that, the Yankees, you can do this to maybe a disrespected Mariner team. Maybe
it does feel a little bit like there's a lot of people in the national media that hadn't put many tabs on the Mariners until the last few days. Look, I know it's part of their personality, but it doesn't feel like David Ortiz has watched a whole lot of Mariner baseball. So the Oregon show. Yeah. So yeah, this is always what happens when you're tucked away in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah. And you have a history like the Mariners, which is not exactly a long laundry list of success. And paired with
kind.
Yeah. And then you get into a playoff series where even against Detroit, there's other series that are more center stage. There's one like Phillies and Dodgers, for example, or like Yankees and Blue Jays, for example, where now it feels like you are on the center stage and you are playing as good a baseball as you played all year. All eyeballs are on you. So yeah, for a team that maybe didn't get as much national attention as they often deserve throughout the year, they're getting it now. And I think a lot of people are turning heads and they're like, oh, this team isn't just some little fun Cinderella story. No, they're a very dominant team.
They're Wicked Witch, Cinderella. They got everybody on the roster.
Did you guys see, speaking of David Ortiz, just really fast, he had the funniest quote. I showed it to my wife about 25 times, but it was after they won the divisional series. David Ortiz, there's a video of Josh Naylor in the clubhouse just going nuts, having fun. I think he's got a cigar in his mouth and he's holding a beer and he's looking like Naylor, which is not somebody who looks like a professional athlete, but he's phenomenal. And David Ortiz goes, you party, you have a new baby. And like he's, did you guys see that? Did you guys see what he said? That's super funny. Nobody else here saw it, I guess. All right. Tell me a little bit about how joyous it is to watch. This seems mean, but all of the fans in Toronto, I don't feel sad, but I almost feel bad for them watching them yesterday. They were the quietest crowd I have ever seen. And after all of the eruption of joy that they must have felt when they played the Yankees and they dominated the Yankees, right? For them to just be silenced. How strange must that be in Toronto? And also their coach was like, oh no, Cal we don't worry about hitting against Cal. That seems to have changed now.
Oh, so that quote, first off, the Cal quote's from 2 years ago.
That was not just this last week. No, so that got circulated online. I thought that was brand new.
No, so 2 years ago, John Schneider, their manager, got thrown put really under the microscope, especially in Seattle, because Cal had a couple homers off him. And they said, what makes him so tough to pitch to? And he goes, I mean, he's not tough to pitch to if you just execute your pitches. He's hitting like 200.
I saw that quote.
Cal Raleigh has gone on since that point to not only have the season he's had in 25, which goes without being said, but since that quote 2 years ago has absolutely, utterly dominated the Blue Jays in every series, specifically in Toronto.
I heard Canada slapping a 2-base tariff on every at bat.
It would still beat them. It would still be dead. Him and Polanco are trying to get pretty close to that. But to your first question about these fans in Toronto, look, this has to be a little bit of a shell shock for these guys.
Totally.
Not only have you beat the Yankees and beat them pretty handedly, but you're looking at a Mariners team that played 15 innings on Friday night. Their pitching staff is packed. They got on a delayed flight on Saturday. Time change, not a bunch of rest. Blue Jays are rested. They throw their ace in game one.
Hometown crowd.
Hometown crowd.
We started number 4 starter in game one.
Yeah.
And look what happens in these two games. Bryce Miller has his best start of the year. They get to Gausman a little bit in game one. And then in game two, it was nothing short of a full throttling. For as good as Savage has been in his few starts and as good as his stuff is, I mean, the Mariners just took it to those guys. And especially with a bullpen that is not their strength in Toronto, the Mariners just didn't let up yesterday. Speaking of your Toronto crowd that expects your offense to go punch for punch with anybody, they weren't doing it. And they got down quick. And I think they're looking around saying, what is happening right now? Like, they're in our home park.
I saw a stat, I think if this is correct, that Toronto is the best comeback team in baseball. They've overcome more deficits this season than any team in the major leagues. So when they fight back to 3-3, you're talking about the crowd.
Yeah.
And here comes Polanco's 3-run shot. It's like, sorry, Junior.
Silence.
And back. And I saw that. They must have they have said there's a camera on every face in the building looking for that reaction. The misery meter in Toronto last night was off the charts. I mean, and I can't be the first person to have said this, but is it Polanktober? Has anybody else heard that?
It's a mouthy word, but I see what you're going for. It already works.
Okay.
Polanktober?
Yeah.
It's a long word. It's a stretch. It's a third stretch.
Okay.
Although it is his month. Talk a little bit about him. Like, how good has he been in the postseason?
About as good as any postseason hitter I've ever seen. I mean, he is absolutely on another level. Here's a fun stat for you guys. They can actually measure in baseball who the clutchest players are, and they take a lot of different factors into it. High leverage situation, runners on base, etc. It all goes into this stat that they call clutch factor. Jorge Polanco has been the clutchest hitter in Major League Baseball in 2025. He's ahead of Aaron Judge. He's ahead of Gunnar Henderson, who was slightly behind him, ahead of Freddie Freeman, who was slightly behind him. And he's carried that all the way into October with every situation that he appears to be in. When it gets late in the game and there's runners on base and they need a big hit, he just continues to do it. Think about the postseason this guy's had so far. He homers off the best pitcher in the world twice in a game, Eric Skubal. Seriously, he has the capper of the ALDS to send the Mariners past Detroit and into the ALCS for the first time in 24 years. He has the go-ahead hit and the insurance run hit in game one. And then he hits a 3-run homer in game two.
You're right.
This is ridiculous. It's almost like what Randy Arozarena was doing back in Tampa in 2020 when people marvel about his postseason success. Now, Polanco's not hitting the amount of home runs that Randy hit back in 2020, but
he's catching up fast.
On another level what he's doing right now.
His clutch situations, you're right. I like Polanktober. The more he's talking and the more I'm thinking about your word, Polanktober's kind of...
I saw Cal Raleigh was asked, what do you think of Polanco? He said, he's carrying this lineup. From Cal Raleigh to say that about a guy, it's got validity. Something else I saw last night, I'm watching MLB Network after the game last night because I skipped the game because I promised I would, and it worked.
Good job.
So I watched a lot of MLB Network, and I watched the replay afterward. These national broadcasters keep wanting to get these Mariners. So what's it feel like to be 2 wins away from the World Series? And these guys were having none of it. Whether it was the big dumpers that we're just, we just need to win game 3. These guys are taking it step by step by step. They're not buying into the hype. These guys are built for business.
Well, he's also saying, why don't we win the whole bleeping thing?
Well, it's just because he's selling those T-shirts. He gets a cut of those T-shirts. It's brilliant.
I do think they're smartly saying, hey, hold up a second. Let's win the next game.
Again and again and again, Naylor got asked. It was, no.
I know we're short on time. Last question, Lyle. Did you ever expect the Mariners to be up 2 games in this series right now? Was this ever on your scorecard?
Wasn't impossible, but I think after the 15-inning thriller on Friday, you went into Toronto and said, look, if you can come away with a split, you're in a great spot. Here. Now, all of a sudden, you're up 2-0, and you're coming home to have Luis Castillo pitch at home where he is dominant, George Kirby pitch at home where he is incredibly good. It has been unbelievable in the postseason. And then Brian Lou returning on Friday. I mean, if you're the Mariners, you can't script a better scenario than the one you're in right now. And while the players might not be talking about how close they are to the World Series, the Mariners have quite literally never in the history of their franchise been this close to the World Series. Because in the 3 other CSs they've ever been in, they were never up 2-0.
Fantastic. All right, game tomorrow night is going to be weird time. Is it 5:08? Is that what time the game starts?
Yeah, right after chips, car insurance, and then game time.
Why did you do that? 5:08. And then Thursday night's game, which could be the final game of the series. I'm not going to jinx them, but that's a possibility. All right, Lyle Goldstein from the Marine Layer Podcast. Appreciate you making the time, man. Thanks for coming in.
Always fun, guys.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
I can't wait till I get a little older.
The John Curley Show.
I get a little bit more hair in my ears.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
And I can be the really crotchety old guy that can say to people in restaurants,
"Why don't you get your kid off the phone?"
You could do that now.
No, I'm not there yet. Getting close to being eccentric. As my mom used to say, I don't make enough money to be eccentric. I'm just middle-class crazy right now.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube, weekdays 3 to 7, and download the KIRO Newsradio app.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. You guys know what's stressful is a leaky roof, because you don't usually find out it's leaking until the water makes its way through the insulation, the drywall in your ceiling is swelling up, it sags and it drips, and then you're freaked out wondering if you have mold in your house, which is the worst. I get it. That's why I get Valentine Roofing. Valentine Roofing has a leak stop guarantee. They'll stop the leak in your old roof for free until your brand new Valentine roof can be safely installed. Because Valentine doesn't just replace roofs, they protect your home, and they start protecting yours the moment you call. No stress, no mess, no more buckets in the living room. The wet weather is coming. It's beautiful out today, but I guarantee rain's on the way. If you need to take advantage of that free roof inspection, I encourage you to call and get the Valentine experience. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, extra mile service, and with zero down financing for most projects, you can get the work done now and you can pay over time. So stop the leaks before they start. Call 206 Roofing to get your free estimate today. That's 206 Roofing.
Upgrade your home comfort and save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. With great savings plus free financing on heat pumps, water heaters, generators, and more, our award-winning team has what you need to stay cozy this chilly season at a cost you're comfortable with. Voted best in the Pacific Northwest, we're honored to be your dedicated home comfort company since 1957. Call Bob's and save today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
Are you happy with how you're feeling these days? Are you slowing down physically or mentally? Ever wonder what your life will be like 10 to 15 years from now? Most of us don't really know how we're aging or if we can even do anything about it. But here's the truth. Knowledge is power, and that's exactly where we start at Longevity Medical Clinic. We run advanced diagnostics to find out what's really going on inside your body, and then we create a personalized hormone and health optimization plan designed specifically to help you live better starting now. Our patients are often amazed by what they discover in their blood work, and even more amazed at how quickly they start to feel like themselves again. This isn't guesswork, it's science, it's personal, and it works. Take the first step today. Call 866-86-YOUNG or visit lmclinic.com to schedule your free consultation. Longevity Medical Clinic. Feel better today and every day after that.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
With football season comes cooler weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here. Call on locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington to tackle your project. Their wide selection of windows and doors always beats the competition, and they'll give you top-notch customer service with no trick plays. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
Cold is leaking and rats are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Save 30% on select perennials now at Sky Nursery.
I'm Jen, the greenhouse manager at Sky Nursery. For gardeners in the Pacific Northwest, fall is like a second spring. It's a great time to plant. You have so many options that will look gorgeous now and set you up beautifully for next year's springtime garden. Sky Nursery, the gardener's garden store, no matter the time of year.
Save 30% on select perennials while supplies last. More savings and details at skynursery.com.
Tired of uneven home heating and high energy bills? The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you room-by-room control and serious savings. Visit homecomfortalliance.com.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167, some things will change after October 20th, and some things won't. If you ride without a Good-to-Go account, you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. Having Good-to-Go means it'll cost less than pay by mail. Not a change. Carpoolers will need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. A Good-to-Go pass saves you $2 on every toll. No change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
Welcome back to the show. All right, people are very excited anytime it gets snowy outside. Spike, are you a snow guy? Do you enjoy the snow? Do you
I
like
love
the snow?
the snow. I was raised in the east. I was going to say northeast, but that's not really true. Mid-Atlantic. We didn't get snow very often. When we got it, it mattered.
But when you did,
I moved
you
here.
skied in your jeans?
No. It's great. I didn't ski till I was 31. Yeah, do the math, 31.
Sure.
That's the first time I went to ski.
What was it? Do you remember what it was? It here?
It was here. Oh, yeah. It was a Snoqualmie Pass.
Snoqualmie Pass.
Wednesday nights with my father-in-law.
What was that feeling like for you when you first skied?
Horrifying, and then the most gratifying and invigorating feeling of being able to control yourself.
Yeah.
Rolling down a hill.
Don't you just feel like you're flying? Isn't it an amazing feeling?
It is. It's an amazing feeling. Everybody should experience at some point in time.
Sure.
Everybody. And we're so blessed here in the Northwest.
When we get snow.
When we get snow. And we're getting snow pretty regularly. You know, it's seasonal. It's funny how some are thick, some are thin. But you're an hour out of town.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Just almost any direction you can get water skiing and snow skiing in the same day. And there's one place in the world can do that.
So we have the Snoqualmie that you just mentioned.
Snoqualmie Pass,
which is great. If you have out on Highway 2, you can head out to Stevens Pass.
Yep.
There's Crystal Mountain over on the east side.
Baker ski area. There's tons.
Baker.
Yeah, you bet.
I saw Baker the other day. It was just totally covered in white.
Snowcap.
Tons of snow.
Gorgeous. Look to the west now.
Beautiful.
The Olympics getting some snow cap on them.
Yeah, it's nice. I get really excited when it snows. I really like this time of year. It is a La Nina year. Did you know that?
I did not. What does that mean?
Experiencing La Nina conditions.
Wetter? Does that mean more snow?
It means it's going to be winter is the forecast for the upcoming winter is for a weak La Nina, which typically brings cooler, wetter, and snowier conditions. So they're saying a weak La Nina, but it's still better than a regular year with no La Nina.
Fair enough.
Right?
I like it.
So you're going to have more snow. It's definitely not an El Nino. Those are different things, and I'll let Chris Farley explain the difference.
I am El Nino. All other tropical storms must bow before El Nino. Yo soy El Nino. For those of you who don't habla español, El Nino is Spanish for the Nino.
Are you skiers? Are you skiers?
Well, yeah, we like to ski. I had never skied until I got married.
Okay.
And I grew up.
You married into a ski family?
I married into a ski family. I grew up snowboarding. Was horrible at it.
Okay.
And I mean, I was okay at it, but not like it wasn't
you
something
weren't
that
like
I carried into
you
my
weren't Shaun
adulthood.
White. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I skateboarded and thought it would transfer over.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
No, it really doesn't. Because your feet are locked in.
It really doesn't.
And it's painful.
I know. You want to just your instinct is to pull your foot, and you can't.
It's just I can protect myself a lot better on skis.
Absolutely.
I'm not bad at it. I mean, I'm not like hopefully, knock on wood, I'm not going to Sonny Bono things. But that was horrible.
We sometimes ask me to play the Twisted tune we made.
You have a Sonny Bono?
Can you find I Can't Ski Babe from the Bob Rivers website, please?
I
Can't Ski Babe. Yeah, it's a thing of beauty. We don't have time.
We'll come back to it later, though.
Okay.
But Laura, are you a mountainy person? Do you like to get out in the weather?
I love to ski. Yeah.
Do you have your own gear?
Skiing?
Yeah, I grew up here. I've been skiing since I was like 7.
Ever snowboarded?
No.
Have you guys ever ridden one of those? Have you guys ever done the short skis? They look like rollerblades, but they're really tiny. Have you seen those?
I've seen them, haven't done them.
They look crazy. It's so fun to see them on the mountain.
They look really fun. I think they would be a lot of fun. I've never tried them, but
So there you go. So with a family of 4, is skiing out of your financial purview? I don't mean to be personal.
I have a family of 6. Thank
6.
you,
I'm
Spike.
sorry. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah.
We know each other very
4
well.
kids in
4
ski
kids.
school is, I think, what Spike meant.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you can find days of the week that you can go. You can find deals, that makes it more affordable. But we're not spending a ton of time skiing right now. Our youngest just started to walk.
Right.
So.
But that's when you get him on skis. A great article in the Times today about the opening days are predicted for Stevens, for Crystal.
Check it out.
And there's a list of really great ways to get affordable ski gear at the bottom of the store.
There you go. All right, tons of stuff coming up. Stick around. We're right back.
Up to the king, they won't find my nose until next spring.
The John Curley Show.
And the reason I love autumn the most, and I guess that's why I love to grow pumpkins,
Weekdays 3 to 7.
is because it's nature telling you summer is over and soon it will be dark and it will be cold and there will be no light. And just before, nature says, here's a prize for you because we know you're going to go into hibernation. So here's orange and yellow and fiery colors everywhere. So this is our final gift to you.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with 0 investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
If your commercial building is over 20,000 square feet, Washington's Clean Buildings Law not only probably applies to you, but goes into effect as soon as July of 2026. Puget Sound Energy's free Clean Buildings Accelerator is here to help. You'll get step-by-step guidance, easy energy tracking tools, ready-to-use plan templates, and a year of ongoing support. It's a simple way to save energy and lower costs. Sign up at pse.com/clean buildings.
So what will you have today? Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry?
When it comes to picking ice cream, there are lots of choices, and they all look and sound so good. Choosing a Medicare plan is a lot like that. So many options, all sound good. But if you pick a plan that's not right for you, there can be serious consequences. Hi, this is Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man. Open enrollment season is right around the corner, and you're going to be inundated with advertisements encouraging you to choose this Medicare Advantage plan or that one. Maybe the best choice for you is traditional Medicare. To make an informed decision, you need to do your homework. The Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program has a free Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit to get you started.
This is Insurance Commissioner Patty Kuderer. Our Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit has a checklist of 7 easy steps to help you decide which Medicare plan is right for you.
Order your free toolkit today at insurance.wa.gov. That's insurance.wa.gov. Or pick up a copy at your local library or senior center. Then go get an ice cream.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Take the next step forward in your career with great benefits and an award-winning workplace. Apply at careers.progressive.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. The Gaza peace plan is holding, but there are already signs of strain. Israel is demanding Hamas release all of the bodies of dead hostages. Only 4 have been handed over. President Trump said today Hamas could be disarmed by force, violently if need be. CBS's Olivia Rinaldi with more.
There is still a lot of uncertainty over who will rule the Gaza Strip. Particularly, there's questions about the future of the Palestinian Authority, which will be remade under this Board of Peace.
Israel is threatening to cut the number of aid trucks entering Gaza by half. Jolene Vivek of CARE Palestine says the aid is desperately needed now.
Because it's not just about the supplies, it's also about the destruction of the infrastructure. So we also need tools. We need machinery for the rubble to be removed. It's also about safe drinking water. We need fuel for the trucks. We need desalination units to clean the water to make sure it's safe for people to drink.
CBS News joined other news organizations today in declining to agree to new restrictions for journalists at the Pentagon. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth was asked about the requirements today.
So you would think that the Pentagon press corps of all press corps would be front and center across the board on wanting to give credit to the president for forging this kind of peace, and instead what they want to talk about is a policy about them.
President Trump said Hegseth finds the press to be very disruptive in terms of world peace. There are no negotiations happening to end the government shutdown, which is hitting home now for many federal workers missing their paychecks, some permanently. Allison Keyes reports.
Standing with Democrats at a press conference, a fired FDA worker told reporters that her 6-year-old son asked to sell 3D printed Legos to help with their mortgage.
He knows that mommy is out of work and we're worried about paying our bills, and he wants to help.
But House Speaker Mike Johnson says Democrats are engaged in pure politics.
They're playing games while real Americans are being harmed.
So many Americans are confused about the government guidelines for COVID shots. It's leading to some of the lowest vaccination rates since the pandemic. Ira Katz owns a pharmacy in Atlanta.
I have never seen anything like this before, where there is such great confusion. People are conflicted as to, should I get it? Should I not get it? What do I need to do? This is a problem. It should not be that way.
Thousands of Kaiser Permanente healthcare workers went on strike this morning. Some motorists showing their support for the striking workers in California. On Wall Street at the closing bell, stocks were mixed. The Nasdaq was down 172. The Dow was higher by 200. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
How to bypass traffic to get to tomorrow's Mariners game. We'll have that coming up. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic.
Thanks, Jillian. Lake Washington Windows and Doors has the update. In Renton, we cleared that earlier collision, North 405 at Sunset Boulevard. Still packed, though, at the Valley Freeway. This has traffic backed up northbound on the Valley Freeway. Renton to Bellevue, you've improved to a 20-minute drive, about a 5-minute delay still. Bellevue to Renton is at 15 minutes, and it's crowded from Factoria down to the Renton Landing. Over in Montlake, westbound 520 at Lake Washington Boulevard, roadwork still blocks the left lane. That leaves one lane open as you make your way through Montlake. South 5 heading into Seattle is crowded in Northgate in the downtown. Linwood to Seattle, 20 minutes. North 5 gets heavy at the Michigan Curve past the West Seattle Bridge. Just a brief backup there. Here are some drive times. Bellevue to Linwood, 15 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way, 20 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia, a half hour. Lake Washington Windows has been voted the best in the Northwest. To celebrate, save 25% off new windows through October and defer payment for the next 12 months. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Jillian Raftery. A Seattle man is facing first-degree animal cruelty charges after he allegedly killed a family's pet being boarded at the Lazy Dog Crazy Dog boarding facility in Ballard. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
20-year-old Deshaun Bowens, an employee at the boarding facility, was allegedly angered when the lab named Mitch knocked something over. Here's Douglas Wagner with the King County Prosecutor's Office.
His response was to brutally kick Mitch and continue to punch and kick, and unfortunately, it resulted in the death of this poor pet.
A vet found Mitch's stomach was full of blood and his kidneys were likely ruptured. The vet also said if Mitch had been brought in for treatment sooner, he would likely have survived. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
In Longview, residents are still feeling the sting of Sunday's wild weather. Strong bursts of wind sent pieces of buildings flying across the street and smashing into this apartment.
It sounded like a freight train coming through, and we saw the tarps and the poles and everything flying by the windows.
It looked kind of like a war zone out here.
Ski season is inching closer. The Seattle Times reports Crystal Mountain is aiming for a November 28th opening, while Stevens Pass is targeting December 5th. Both dates depend on snowfall. This past weekend's storm brought up to a foot of snow to Washington's mountain passes, briefly closing Blewett Pass. Game 3 of the American League Championship Series tomorrow, and the Mariners are looking forward to home field advantage. First baseman Josh Naylor says the fans make a big difference.
Just full of energy, full of just an awesome fan base who loves baseball, loves to watch their hometown team win. And I think we really feed off that as a group.
Special Sounder trains will run this week for the Mariners games. Trains from Lakewood and Everett will get to Seattle in plenty of time for the first pitch. Return trains for both lines take off from King Street Station 45 minutes after the game ends. Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Going to be clear today, high of 59. Clouds move in tomorrow and a high of 61. It's 56 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Lots of stuff to get to. We have a fiery, red-hot debate happening on the text line right now. 888-973-5476.
With regard to?
With regard to Jorge Polanco's pump-up music. We found out about Jeff Passan, ESPN fame.
Yeah.
Tweeted earlier that he says, I guess it's, or posted, whatever you call it these days. He said Polanco absolutely loves Top Gun, and so he pumps himself up listening to the theme, the Top Gun theme, which then led to my question. He doesn't specify whether it's the Maverick Top Gun theme or if it's the original 1980s Top Gun Kenny Loggins. Danger Zone, which everybody loves. So it's either Lady Gaga or Danger Zone. We have a lot of Danger Zone votes coming in. A couple Lady Gagas as well. Both good songs.
Yeah.
I think there's one clear favorite for everyone.
And that's Take My Breath Away by Berlin.
That's Take My Breath Away.
I'm kidding. No.
You've nailed it.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. No,
okay. God.
Do you, real fast, have you heard how Kenny Loggins got that job writing that song?
No.
Writing the Top Gun song? I listened to, I forget, he was on a podcast or something one time, and he was talking about how they get those jobs. And when these big movies are being made, they'll bring in songwriters, and they'll show them a pre-cut of the movie.
Okay.
And then they will watch these scenes, and the director and all the folks are generally like, all right, we need to have some people write some songs for these scenes, that adds to the movie.
Yeah, not bad.
So Kenny Loggins sits down, and he initially is not even attempting to get the main theme song. What he's trying to do is just get a song on the soundtrack. So he sits down, and this is all from memory, so I could be getting some of these details off. Go take it up with Kenny Loggins. But if my memory serves, he initially says, all right, I'm going to identify one of the scenes that probably nobody's going to throw their hat into the ring for, which was the volleyball scene. You remember the beach volleyball scene?
Of course,
scene?
Yeah,
okay.
of course.
So he goes, I'm going to do the volleyball scene. And nobody else wants the volleyball scene. And so he gets it, and he writes the song for the volleyball scene. So he starts making the song and blah, blah, blah. He goes away. They come back to him. They're like, hey, the guy we were supposed to do the theme song has fallen out. Do you want to take a crack? Because he had already done the volleyball scene. They're like, we like what you did. Do you want to take a crack? And so he ends up doing Top Gun.
Danger Zone.
Danger Zone.
Seriously.
Which ends up being one of his most famous songs of ever. Now, as I'm telling that story, some of the details may be off.
Okay.
So feel free to look it up if you want
it's a
to.
good
And
story.
if I'm wrong,
Good
feel
story.
free to text me, 888-973-5476, and I'll give you a thumbs up.
So Danger Zone wasn't about the volleyball game, just to be clear.
I don't believe Danger Zone was
I
a
think,
volleyball game.
close to the net is what? Is that the Danger Zone? Where
That's
you
the
get
danger
right?
zone,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Like in football with the red zone, but the danger zone is right up close to the net.
He is Mr. Soundtrack theme. He really is.
The guy's a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's great. What's his greatest soundtrack song of all time?
Footloose. I don't know. Danger Zone. I have to say Danger Zone.
Wasn't he also in
I'm All Right, Caddyshack.
I'm All Right, Caddyshack.
You bet, man. Yep. You bet.
Was there anybody bigger in soundtracks in the 1980s?
No.
Just nobody. Not even close. All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to. In Everett, we've been talking a little bit about Everett today, which is kind of fun. Earlier, we were talking about how the Everett City Mayor, Cassie Franklin, was going to give, for 6 months, free bus rides to folks who want to get to grocery stores because they can't, in response to Kroger pulling out and taking away a couple of locations. I think one of them is the Fred Meyer there in Evergreen Way.
Correct. Creating a food desert.
Food desert.
She says. Yeah.
So here's another interesting thing. I think this is a story where I think she gets it right. There is a debate happening right now with the Everett City Council. And people consider this controversial. I don't consider it controversial. This just feels like common sense to me. But Spike, you might feel differently about this. I don't know. We haven't talked about this yet.
Well, if there's common sense involved, I guarantee you we disagree.
Yeah, then we're going to be on opposite sides. So the Everett City Council back in 2021 passed something called the No Sit, No Lie ordinance. It was then expanded in 2023, and now it seems like an every 2-year type of a thing. It's either going to they're going to lose the opportunity to further expand it in the city of Everett. And so they're discussing that right now. Should they further expand the No Sit, No Lie zone? And this reminds me kind of the Seattle has the soap and soda zones.
Right, but it's a great analogy, but that's specifically for crimes of drug dealing and prostitution. Correct?
Yes.
So
this would be for the crime of camping out and laying on a sidewalk and obstructing it from people being able to get to and from public walkways.
So it's not criminalizing being homeless, which is often the argument against these type of laws.
No, that's what activists would say, and it's not taking shots at the poor.
No, because
you cannot block areas that people who have disabilities need to get to and from.
Yeah,
you can't block businesses. You can't stop people from being able to have a healthy commerce in downtown Everett.
Or a safe place to do business, safe place for customers to come to a store.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So Jason Rance on Seattle Red has a great article about it. The Everett Herald also put together a piece about it. I've combed through all of these, and now we can discuss. The punishment for sitting or lying down on public property in a buffer zone is a misdemeanor offense, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and possible fines of up to $500. The 2023 law also prohibited individuals from providing food, water, and supplies or services to people in the buffer zones without a permit. That decision was met with protests from mutual aid groups, which argued that they shouldn't need a permit to distribute supplies. I've taken all of this info from both the Everett Herald and Jason's article over in SeattleRed.com.
Okay.
Do you think that the city should expand this no sit, no lie rule? They are up against the clock. They can either expand it or not. It seems to be having the intended effect, which is that people are not as much on the sidewalks. What do you think about it?
It's hard to argue for someone's right to obstruct businesses, to make ADA accessible, like ramps for sidewalks and curbs inaccessible because they have a right to lie about or camp on the street. I can't argue that side of it.
Yeah.
I'm a little leery of not being allowed to offer food or water to someone in these buffer zones. It does make sense that you should have a place where you want a water, you want a sandwich, we're going to do it over here out of the buffer zone, come to get these things.
Well, it doesn't say you can't. It just says you have to be permitted to do so.
Okay. Well,
so you still have the opportunity to go
that.
around and hand out sandwiches if that's what your charity does or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, feed the homeless, help the homeless along. Yeah, I get it.
I think they just really don't want to encourage people to be setting up
and that's
semi-permanent residents.
Right, and Everett's no different than any other communities. Like when Burien had to get the zone around the library.
Yes.
And not to mention the low barrier housing, which turned into just encampment zones, basically.
Yep.
There's that guy that's still got a bed set up, a full bedroom set.
Is he still there?
Outside of Key Arena. Or, pardon me, outside of
Climate
Pledge.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I was there for a
horrible.
show 2 weeks ago, and there's a whole bedroom set. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like, I love mahogany. It's not oak. I'm an oak man myself.
It's not gonna stand up against the harsh elements of this winter weather we got coming in.
It's
La Nina. I don't know if you've heard.
It's a full-on setup that's not going away every morning. He's not packing it up and rolling it down the street to a different location.
No.
And I don't mean to belittle the
living
plight
outside.
of those people who are living on the streets. They need our help. I'm with that.
No, but
neither is this article saying that they don't deserve our help.
No, but the idea is it compassionate to leave people outside doing drugs, also causing a problem for other people?
Yeah.
Is that a compassionate thing to do? I would argue no.
I'm with you there. And I've come around on this because you know me, I'm a very liberal person.
But then when you're forced to think about things.
Well, you think about what's in someone's best interest. Thank you. When it wasn't lost on me. When it's someone's best interest is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Lying on the street, being left to lie on the street is not in anybody's best interest.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about giving people help and services? Absolutely. I'm all for it. Should we dedicate more resources? I think we should. I think until there's an adequate place for people who need our help, the job isn't done yet. I'm not big for moving people from one spot to another, chasing people around communities because this place is no good, but that place is okay, and this is the kind of thing.
It's
like,
interesting.
Relocating encampments.
That's one of the criticisms of this. Is it's just moving people.
Yeah.
Now, I would say I don't have a problem with that if it is just moving people. If you're going to tell somebody you can't camp out, you can't force them to go somewhere else. So they're going to end up where they decide to be.
This is true.
So if it's not like you're saying you have to go sit over on that corner now because we've moved you from this corner. They're just coming in and they're saying, hey, this is a business. So there's a business that is paying taxes right here. They're trying to provide employment. They're trying to make it easy for people in wheelchairs to get to and fro. You can't be here. If that person refuses to move, what do you do with that person? And, if they end up somewhere else and they have to be picked up somewhere else, that's on them. But they can't just camp out. It doesn't seem fair. And these businesses, this is interesting.
And it's not. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's not just the businesses. I mean, I've got a cousin who's a triple congenital amputee, which means they were born without legs and with one arm.
Good God.
Okay, so they've lived their life in a wheelchair. But this person has 2 degrees from the University of Washington, lives independently. I pay taxes. Kay pays taxes. They have a right to the sidewalks, to the ramps, to the ADA accessible city that they live and pay taxes in.
Yeah, 100%.
And no one flopped onto the street. I'm trying not to be pejorative. No one who is experiencing homelessness and fighting with the struggles of addiction has more right to that access than they do. I can't get behind that.
We recently, was it the Seattle Times who had this stat? And they were saying that they did a survey of all the people who identified I think they were looking at King County specifically, but I imagine these numbers are probably pretty similar across the board. They're probably similar in Everett. But I think it was a Seattle Times piece. And they were saying that of all the people who they made contact with, the tens of thousands of people they made contact with
who were living on the
homeless,
street
and offered them a place to go to, only 11% took them up on it.
I saw the same statistics.
So there are people out there who are making the choice to be outside.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on them. It's not. You're not being saying anything pejorative by saying that people are choosing to flop on the street. If that's what they're choosing to do, go do it somewhere else. You can't do it in front of these businesses. Listen to this guy. This is interesting. His name is Alvaro Guillen. He's a director of an Everett nonprofit. This is from the Everett Herald. His Everett nonprofit is called Connect Casino Road. I'm going to read from the Everett Herald here because this guy's had a change of heart. He initially was very against this. And he says, I want to acknowledge that when buffer zones were first proposed and implemented in Everett, there was some skepticism and opposition within our community. Many of us were concerned about the potential for over-policing, the displacement of individuals in need of services, and perceived criminalization of simply existing in public spaces. However, he says, the data and our lived experiences at our community center have prompted a reassessment. We have observed a notable and welcome decrease in overt illegal activity, particularly in the vicinity of our community center. I mean, right there, I don't know if there's any better testimony to this works. And thankfully, you have people like Everett City Mayor Cassie Franklin, who I may disagree with her assessment on why Kroger left Everett. Mm-hmm. She seems to get this one right. And she says these zones were not created to solve homelessness, rather to address nuisance crimes that plague areas around hotspots like service providers or shelters. like the nonprofit we just mentioned.
Or the businesses like Kroger, which feels they can't do business in that community because
chased
of
out
crime.
of the
Yes.
town. She says there's no way that we can guarantee it's not pushing that into other areas. What we work to do through emphasis patrols and other efforts is to try to mitigate any of those impacts. But I can honestly say that the reports I'm receiving around this are overwhelmingly positive. Now, she's not speaking for all of Everett City Council. Liz Vogeli, this is really interesting. Listen to this. I'm going to read this to you, and she acknowledges in this that it's working, and she still doesn't like it. So this doesn't make any sense to me. Councilmember Liz Vogeli, this is from the Everett Herald. She was the sole vote against this in 2021 and voted against it again in 2023, said that she remains opposed to the policy. She praised the police for working with a focus on empathy rather than punishment and acknowledgement rather than buffer zones, have delivered and acknowledged that buffer zones have delivered some positive visual effects. But she says they're the wrong way to deal with a societal problem, calling them a Band-Aid on a puncture wound. So if she's acknowledging that it works, and we all acknowledge that this is not meant to solve homelessness, it's just meant to also let businesses survive and let people walk on the sidewalks.
Treating some of the unpleasant and detrimental effects of homelessness.
100%.
To businesses, to communities, to citizens.
So why would she be opposed to it, do you think? Do you think she's just like, she's so ideologically driven that she can't admit when something's working, and so she has to say, no, I don't like it, even though she says in the same breath, yeah, it's had some positive effects.
It seems to be working, yeah. Maybe the fact that there isn't the resources that would require curing this problem. I can't imagine any other reason to be against it.
The problem with that is you're making perfect the enemy of the good, right?
No,
you're not going to solve homelessness.
Yeah, progress, not perfection. I hear you, buddy.
Even they're saying this is not meant to solve it. What it's meant to do is, let's not put homelessness on a pedestal above the survival of the businesses that are required for cities to work.
Or the safety of the community that lives there.
Or the safety of the community, or the kids and all the,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of, I'm a progress, not perfection.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a tentative recovery. I've been in a recovery program for a long time, and you seek progress, not perfection. Perfection's unattainable for anybody in any situation. We all should know better. And you're right. Progress shouldn't be the penalty. What you said?
Perfect is not the enemy of
there
good.
You go. Thank you.
Whatever.
Let's embroider that on a pillow. That's not a Churchill?
I think it might be Churchill. I don't know.
My grandmother said it. It was on her couch. Beautiful needlepoint.
Beautiful couch.
All the good stuff's needlepoint.
Really,
all the good
really
things
nice,
in life are needlepoint. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of housing issues, did you see this story about Seattle City or Seattle mayoral candidate Bruce Harrell? Did you see this?
No, what did he say now?
Well,
to quote Caddyshack, what's this buffoon done now?
He's taking credit for something that his Katie Wilson, who is running for his job.
Okay.
She's saying that he shouldn't actually get credit for this. He's claiming that he has added a bunch of housing.
Yeah.
This is from Seattle Times. Harrell is seeking re-election based on claims that he's responsible for adding 3,000 emergency housing units. But Katie Wilson is saying, no, he's actually only added 13. And what he's doing is he's fudging the numbers.
That's a big 13 as in 1-3, not 13,000 or 1,300 of the 3,000. As in 13 units.
As in 13.
Boy.
So during his, I'm going to read from the Seattle Times piece here. It says, during his 2021 campaign, Harrell promised to add 2,000 units of shelter and supportive housing for homeless people. He later said after entering office that he would identify 2,000 units. He says 2,000 units have opened during his term so far, and another 1,000 are in the works. But he's counting units that were funded by his predecessor, so he doesn't get credit for those.
Okay.
Katie Wilson is also saying that he only added 13 units of shelter in 4 years. The city's homelessness dashboard tracks each of the 2,963 units of emergency housing Harrell takes credit for, which includes homeless shelters. Again, a couple thousand of those were predated him, and permanent supportive housing. They claim that he has added 800 units. This is kind of fuzzy. It's hard to understand. But they say the city dashboard claims he's added 800 units of shelter during his term, first and possibly only term. But the city has only 13 more units than when he started.
So they're saying he's added 800 new units, but they've lost 787 units?
Well,
That's what they're saying. There's only 13 more now than when he started?
The tricky numbers are he's taking credit for, let's say they clear a village, and then they have to move those people. He's taking credit as those being new places. But they have just disappeared somewhere else.
There's bumping of rugs, yeah.
So he's saying, just like the aforementioned story we're talking about in Everett, he's moving people from one location, according to what's her name? Katie Wilson, moving from one location, placing them at another, and now claiming these are new and these are additional housing when they're just taken from other places.
That's a lot of shuffling with the facts there, with the details, and it's always the devil's always in the details. Did they eliminate locations that weren't safe, that weren't functioning, and replace them with more efficient, because at that point, we're playing politics here. Katie Wilson's playing politics. Harold's playing politics.
They're both playing politics.
I'm saying they're both playing politics here, but you always have to be a little more nuanced in these discussions. Like he's created 13 units. I can't believe that's accurate, as much as I can't believe 3,000 is accurate either.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle of these two stories
is
really where we are at.
So it's more than 13, less than 3,000.
Yeah, I like a range. It's a range.
Let's call it, what are we going to call
14.
it? Let's call it 1,400.
No.
14.
I was comedic.
Let's add one.
Yeah, sure. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Doubt he's going to get reelected. That's the thing about these. That's the thing about politics that drives me nuts.
Yeah,
it's all hyperbolic. It's all slogans. It's all boiled down to taglines and gotcha moments and sound bites. And it's not just here at the local level. It's national as well.
It's everywhere.
You get people in front of a Senate.
Everywhere, man.
Get people in front of a Senate hearing, and these guys are up there performing for the camera so they can post them on social media so they can fundraise. It is so detrimental to us getting things done.
It makes you feel cynical about everything.
It really does.
You know what restores your hope in humanity?
What?
Seeing the daughter of a local legend seated next to a statue of her father, watching the Mariners win the ALDS.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk to an author who caught something amazing.
Yeah.
He wrote about it. When we come back. Mike Gastineau joins us next. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
I can't wait till I get a little older.
The John Curley Show.
I get a little bit more hair in my ears.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
And I can be the really crotchety old guy that can say to people in restaurants, "Why don't you get your kid off the phone?"
You could do that now.
No, I'm not there yet. Getting close to being eccentric. As my mom used to say, I don't make enough money to be eccentric. I'm just middle-class crazy right now.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube. Weekdays 3 to 7. And download the KIRO Newsradio app.
Hey, Spike O'Neill for Sharp Vision, Modern LASIK and Lens. My vision my entire life was perfect. Not so much my mouth, but my vision. I had 20/20 vision my entire life until about 10, 12 years ago. I noticed some deterioration. We all feel it when we get older. I was using readers. I was losing readers. Figured it was time to take a look at what my eyes could be, and I went to the offices of Sharp Vision, Modern LASIK and Lens over in Bellevue, had a comprehensive eye exam, found that I had beginnings of cataract. And I was a perfect candidate for refractive lens exchange surgery. I had a lot of questions, which they answered, put me completely at ease. Had the same care team from start to finish. A couple hours in an afternoon, home. Couple weeks of recovery. Now I have the best vision of my life. 20/10 vision, better than I ever had. And I will never develop cataract, and I will never need glasses again. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens is completely privately owned, no corporate shareholders, no boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to be over-accomplished, not overpriced. Sharp-vision.com is the website, sharp with an e-vision.com. They're official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Are you looking at senior living options for you or a loved one? If so, you likely have many questions like, what can I afford? How long will my savings last? And if I run out of money, will I have to move out? If these questions are weighing on you, I'm here to talk you through different solutions. Hi, I'm Amanda from Care Partners Senior Living. At Care Partners, we're focused on offering high-quality, compassionate care at very affordable prices to help stretch and preserve your assets. And if you ever run out of funds and need to convert to Medicaid, you won't have to move. We have vibrant communities throughout Western Washington, Spokane, and Arizona offering independent, assisted living, and memory care. Our caregivers are some of the most loving and genuine people you'll ever meet. Stretch your assets, preserve your estate, and never worry about moving. That's peace of mind in the Care Partners Living difference. Learn more at carepartnersliving.com. Care Partners is excited to announce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, Snohomish, and North Creek Bothell. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Upgrade your home comfort and save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. With great savings plus free financing on heat pumps, water heaters, generators, and more, our award-winning team has what you need to stay cozy this chilly season at a cost you're comfortable with. Voted best in the Pacific Northwest, we're honored to be your dedicated home comfort company since 1957. Call Bob's and save today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
G. Scott here with Jonathan from DUI Heroes to tell us how the legal team at DUI Heroes treats new clients.
What we always do is recognize the human being behind the charge and treat them the way we would want to be treated. All of us take care of you together through the entire process.
People make mistakes. If you or a loved one has been accused of DUI, call DUI Heroes and speak to a lawyer who will listen and be there for you. DUI Heroes can help you. Call 1-800-DUI-HERO or DUIHeroes.com.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. Our local tax expert Greg Nunn wants taxpayers to know the IRS is now going after older cases very aggressively. If you received Form CP-504 from the IRS, do not ignore it. Be proactive and resolve your situation with Greg Nunn, N-U-N-N, None Better Tax Resolution.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Day 14 of the government shutdown. No side appears to be budging. CBS's Stacey Lynn has more.
Once again, President Trump placed blame on the Democrats.
This was a position that's being forced upon us by Democrats.
And he said the shutdown is giving his administration an opportunity.
We're closing up programs that are Democrat programs that we were opposed to.
Programs he says will never come back.
So we're being able to do things that we were unable to do before.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
Now, today the Senate is back in session and set to vote for an 8th time on passing a spending plan it has little chance, though, of advancing. Now to the closing bell reports, the Federal Reserve Chair says he is worried about a slowdown in hiring. In a speech today, Jerome Powell says it means there might be 2 more interest rate cuts later this year. More from CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
He noted that we haven't seen mass layoffs, but we aren't seeing that much hiring. So it's really just that tight wait and see. Nothing is falling off a cliff, but things are definitely slowing.
Latest jobs numbers were not released at the start of this month because of the government shutdown. Boeing 737 no longer holds the title of most delivered commercial jet in history. The company's main rival, Airbus, just took the crown this month with its fleet of A320 jets. Meanwhile, Boeing is still moving ahead. It delivered 55 planes last month. That's the company's best September since 2018. Amazon says it has big hiring plans for the holidays. CBS's Jason Brooks has more.
The e-commerce giant announced it's going to hire 250,000 full and part-time and seasonal workers this holiday season, with Amazon matching its seasonal hiring plans from the previous 2 years.
Amazon says temporary workers will earn an average of $19 per hour. At the close today on Wall Street, mixed results. The Dow up 202, NASDAQ lost 10, S&P off 173. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 1:33. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. Seattle Sports has our update. Pretty quiet out there. No major issues. In Renton, northbound 405, we're still heavy through the S-curves from an earlier collision. Renton to Bellevue, 20 minutes. Coming the other way, south 405, we're filling in through Newcastle into Renton. Bellevue to Renton still looking good at 15 minutes. Over in Montlake, we still have road work westbound 520 at Lake Washington Boulevard. It's blocking your left lane. That leaves one lane open through Montlake. South 5 into Seattle is crowded from Northgate into downtown. Starts to really thicken up as you approach Mercer. Linwood to Seattle is going to take you 20 minutes. The First Avenue South Bridge just went up for marine traffic. Right now, we just have minor backups. Some drive times. Everett to Seattle, 35 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way, 25 minutes. Olympia to Tacoma, 35 minutes. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Sunny skies today. We're staying dry with highs in the low 60s. Right now, 57 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. This is really exciting. We have a local Seattle radio legend who's going to join us now, and also Spike, a good buddy of yours. Am I right?
We've known each other for decades, got a chance to work in the same building until we were both shown the door at different points.
Nice.
But I love this guy. I love this guy's work. I love his passion.
He's now an author. He's got 4 books. Most recently, a book called Fear No Man.
Got the 91 Huskies.
There you go. There you go. He also has a wonderful little doggy, and he and his wife live out in Whidbey Island. His name is Mike Gastineau. He joins us now. Mike, thanks for coming on with us.
It's great. I've got to correct something. I showed myself the door.
Oh,
Many people were shown the door at that place.
You're the guy who quit.
I said, no, I'm leaving. And then just so they could have the last word, I came back and kind of substitute taught for a few years. And then eventually they let me go. So technically, I guess I did, get shown the door.
You wanted to give him a chance to fire you.
I love you, buddy.
I don't have to eat any infield dirt to be on this show, do I?
No, you do not, my friend.
Although we do have it here. We can send it your way.
It's only weird if it doesn't work, Mike. It's only weird if it doesn't work, and it worked.
Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Mike, all right. The reason we have you on today, other than the fact that it was just awesome that you wanted to, you were able to come on, and we really appreciate that. You wrote a great piece in the Seattle Times.
Thank you.
I didn't even know it was you writing it until I got to the end, and I was reading the byline, and I saw that it was you, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was telling Spike about it, and he goes, that's a buddy. I'll just call him up. And what a beautiful piece. I don't know if people have seen this yet. We're going to put this up on the screen if you're watching on YouTube right now. There was a picture that was taken the other night when the Mariners were winning their divisional series game against the Tigers in that historic 15-inning game. Yeah. It was the bottom of the 15th. Polanco was up at the plate, and this was the call. It was a picture that was taken, though, at that moment that everybody's now also talking about, that Mike's piece was about. I'm going to play this call from Rick Riz. This is bottom of 15, so please forgive him. Obviously, he sounds tired, but it's pretty great. Listen to this.
Stretch. Canely has got to throw a strike. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung out, line drive, base hit right field. Jorge Polanco with a walk-off single, and the Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. The Mariners win the battle in Seattle in 15 innings. The Mariners win it 3-2. The Mariners will be on their way to Toronto to take on the Blue Jays. What an epic game. 15 innings. Jorge Polanco's getting mobbed out in left field. The Mariners win it. Polanco with a single into right field. J.P. Crawford scores, and in 15 innings, it's the Mariners over the Tigers. A final score of 3-2.
That's tired to you. He had said he didn't sleep the night before. Remember?
I know he's amazing, and just like the Mariners, I don't know how he did 15 innings like that, but. That moment, you can hear the crowd there just exploding. We had some friends who were at the game, and they were telling us just like how wild that moment was. But the moment right before that happened, inning after inning after inning, you're seeing everybody. They're loading the bases and then double play, loading the bases, double play. The tension in the air, and then there was a picture that was taken right before that moment. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's really an amazing story. Greta Niehaus is Dave Niehaus's daughter, and Dave was a broadcaster for the Mariners for years and years, a legend in this town. He died in 2010. She started the game in her seats. She ended up in the owner's suite for a while, and she said she just was driving herself crazy. She's pacing, she's nervous. So finally, she says that in the 15th inning, she felt something call her to go to the statue, is how she put it. And she's been out to that statue lots of times, but she'd never gone during a game. She'd never gone out to watch a game out there. She goes out pre-game. She'll go out after a game, show people. You know, your dad's immortalized in a statue. You're going to show your friends, right, when you come to the game. So she walks out there, and the way the statue's built, there's a little chair next to Dave where you can sit next to him and get your picture taken sitting next to the statue of Dave Niehaus. No one's allowed to sit on that during the game. You can sit on it and get a picture taken, then you have to move on. Nobody sits there and watches the game. She comes in the 15th inning and just works her way through the crowd and sits down. The usher lets her do it because the usher knows who she is. And she tells these two women standing next to her, because they've been watching her chase people away all night. And she tells them, oh, no, I'm not going to chase her away. That's Dave's daughter. Well, these two women, Tanya and Alyssa, Tanya Nilsson and Alyssa Sass, both were just overcome with emotion because both of them, their backstories were connected to baseball by their dads years and years ago who took them to games and instilled love in the game forward. So they're sitting there, they're overcome by emotion. They said about that time, Greta works her arm through the arm of the statue. So she's like engaged, holding on to her dad. And they each at the same time took their phone out and just took a picture of it. And like the next pitch is Rizzy going crazy, so it's amazing. You can ascribe to it anything you want, but it is a beautiful serendipitous moment that was caught forever. Thanks to these phones that we all carry around that sometimes drive us nuts. Every once in a while, there's something really good about it, and this photo is amazing.
I saw this photo Saturday night on your social media, Gas. You shared this, and if you look closely at that picture, Lork, if we could put that up real quick, you can see on the clock. In the background on the perimeter scoreboard clock that's on the facade of T-Mobile, it's 10:06 on the clock, and everyone is still in their seats. So, that is truly the moment, one of the most significant moments in Mariner baseball history, and the fact that Dave's daughter was there with her dad. I mean, you're right, you can wrap anything you want to around how the universe works, but how did you get a hold of this picture, and how did you get this story put together? What brought you to this?
I'm glad you asked. I know Greta a little bit, and so I saw it on Facebook, and I was on my way home. I live up on Whidbey Island, so I'd taken a train, and I'm on a boat. I mean, I'm John Candy getting.
I saw you walking on the ferry photos you shared too. Yeah,
it's unbelievable. So
his
it's
dogs
the middle
are
of the night by now, and I just grabbed the photo. I said, I'm going to put this on I just think it's cool. I'm just going to repost it, and I kind of thought that would be the end of it. And then, people started reacting. And to give credit where credit is due, it's Paul Barrett, the sports editor of the Seattle Times, got a hold of me Saturday afternoon and said, I think there might be a story here. Do you want to look into it? And by then I had texted Greta. She had she thanked me for putting it out there. And I told her, and this was my true motivation, his legacy needs no help from me, but anytime I can do anything to further the knowledge and the love and the appreciation of Dave Niehaus, I will do it, because I knew Dave very well, and he's one of he was so influential to me and so kind to me in helping guide me in my career, and a great broadcaster. So I really thought that would be it. Paul Barrett says, no, let's see if there's more to it. And I talked to Greta and found out all these other details, and then talked to Alyssa and talked to Tanya, and they were both just delightful and fun storytellers. A story's only as good as the people telling it, and they all told me all the details, and then I kind of patched it together, and off we go. It's a neat thing to happen in the middle of this beautiful baseball run that we're all enjoying.
Mike, thank you so much for writing this piece. I mean, a picture tells 1,000 words, and if you just look at the photo and you don't know the context and you don't know who's sitting next to him, it's still a lovely photo. But when you know that it's his daughter, as soon as I saw that, it floored me. And it's the best thing about sports, and that's such the exciting thing that we all get to have right now as the Mariners are on this amazing run. We all get to feel this feeling, and I can't compliment you enough.
The lady
for
on the
piece.
far right, that's Sarah Vandermark. That's the usher.
She's in charge. She runs that. She says, "I work for Dave." She does not call it a statue. She calls it Dave.
That's her station, and she makes sure everybody who wants a photo at that at Dave gets it, and then makes room for the next. But
and he's got a Mariner stash on.
And Mrs. Niehaus, if I heard correctly, Mrs. Niehaus put the mustache on Dave for this postseason.
Marilyn and Greta both did. As a matter of fact, Greta told me a funny story this morning that as the celebration's raging on, a woman reached over and ripped the mustache off, and Greta goes, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Well, he never had a mustache." And Greta grabs the mustache back from her, says, "Well, I'm his daughter, and he has one now." And
and it'll be there for Game 3. I heard too, right? So the Niehaus are going to put it back.
Yeah, they take it down after the game. Sarah puts it in a little locker in a safe place, and then they'll bring it back up before the game.
Beautiful.
So
That's fantastic.
Beautiful.
All right, that's Mike Gastineau. Thank you for making the time. We really appreciate it, Mike.
Thanks, guys. Anytime.
You betcha, buddy.
Check it.
Grounds with Gas podcast, Take 5 podcasts available for you too. You guys are still doing great work, my friend. Well done.
Check it out. Also check his book out, Fear No Man. And I'm sure he'll have a lot more to say as the Mariners continue this amazing run. We have a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The Closing Bell is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
You've heard me going about my experiences with Integrity Roofing and Construction. Well, you won't believe what Integrity is doing in October. They're giving away a free roof to someone in need, a free roof. Do you know a family that's deserving could benefit from a free roof protection for their home, for their family? Visit integrityrc.com. Go to the Integrity Cares page and nominate a needy family, maybe even yourself today. An incredible opportunity to help someone upgrade and protect their home, their family with a free roof from Integrity Roofing and Construction. IntegrityRC.com, because doing the right thing matters.
Homes are sitting, but the bottleneck is about to break. Set yourself up for success by working with a team that doesn't just set up your listings and let it sit. The Novak team creates a marketing strategy that's hands down proven successful. Mike sold over 1,500 homes and guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If Mike doesn't get your home under contract within 21 days, he sells it for free. That is no commission for Mike. Go to meetthenovaks.com. That's meetthenovaks, NOVAKS.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Do you know someone whose everyday actions make Washington stronger? Someone whose care, service, and connection lift us all. They're Washington's community champions, and WSECU wants to celebrate them this fall. Steve Rabel here. WSECU has been serving Washington since 1957, and they're the only credit union named Forbes' Best Credit Union 5 years running. Now it's your turn to get in the game. Nominate your Washington Community Champion today at mynorthwest.com/champion.
Announcing the Royal Corgis.
What have you done?
I wired pounds to London to buy Royal Corgis.
You went to the bank to wire money for Royal Corgis?
That means yes.
You are so dumb. Banks are slow and they hide all kinds of fees and transfers.
Those mutts.
If you want to send money overseas, use Wise. It's faster and never hides fees. Oh, they're fighting, just like the real royal family.
You can save up to 70% when you send money abroad. Be smart. Get Wise. Learn more by visiting wise.com. T's and C's apply.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Get a quote today at Progressive.com.
Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens has given me back clear vision. They've performed over 80,000 successful lens replacement surgeries. At Sharp Vision, you'll get the best price combined with the best experience. Sharp-vision.com. That's sharp with an E, -vision.com.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Welcome back to the show. Man, Mike Gastineau was great. If you guys did miss that interview talking about, he just wrote this piece for the Seattle Times about the backstory of that now very viral photo of Greta Niehaus, Dave Niehause's daughter, sitting next to his statue at T-Mobile Park, watching the Mariners win the 15-inning crazy game. It's a really beautiful story.
It really is.
He did a great job writing about it and capturing it. So we just had him on. Go back and listen to the podcast or watch us on YouTube. You can check us out there, and you can see Mike and us chatting about it. It's really great. All right. Did you see this? I got to chalk this one up to actors who are used to saying other people's words and they start saying their own words.
Okay.
You know who Martin Sheen is? It's a silly question,
of course.
obviously.
Well, to me, he'll always be President Josiah Bartlett. But before that,
from
West Wing.
West Wing.
Yeah, from West Wing.
Yes.
But Apocalypse Now, you name it. He's been in a million amazing pieces of work.
Also, I got to say, as silly as I think the thing he said here is, he seems like a great father.
Have you seen the Charlie Sheen documentary,
I watched the
by the way?
Charlie Sheen documentary.
Yes.
Charlie Sheen, who spent much of his adult life regretting choices that he's making.
Fair enough.
Also seems to have like just a dad and a mom, but a dad who just loved him and tried as hard as he could to support his son, who was going through very hard, drug habits and addictions and things like
Struggling with demons and dragons.
I am not knocking at all Martin Sheen on a personal level, but I will say this timing is unfortunate for him.
What do you got?
So this is right before they announce the peace deal between Hamas and Israel.
Okay.
He's on a panel, on an MSNBC panel about where we are as a country right now.
Okay.
They're speaking to a person that they would like to see president, an actor who played a president, and he's giving presidential advice to Trump. And this is what he had to say.
So the big guy in the White House, if he would take some personal advice, you've got to realize, sir, that you are the biggest nothing in the world.
So I'll continue. I just wanted more context. They recorded this before the world knew that they had made a deal.
Mm-hmm.
And so he continues.
And
Nicole Wallace on MSNBC is interviewing him.
And sir, you stop there. You stop listening to all these people around you, these sycophants who are encouraging you to be your non-human self. Get in touch with that humanity. Stop fussing with your hair. And don't worry about your tie. And stand up straight and speak clearly, not from your throat. Speak from your heart. And start being human. That's what you were made for, not golf. So there you are, Mr. President. With all due respect, sir.
As everybody's getting updates on their phone that there's now a peace deal between Hamas and Israel. This is ABC's James Longman over on ABC.
Okay.
Shortly after this was recorded, talking about Trump's big day in the Middle East, surrounded by all the leaders over there on this kind of day of peace.
I think today what I've been mostly struck by is Donald Trump's sheer force of personality. There are not many men, not many leaders who can walk into the Knesset in Israel to such rapturous applause, such a warm welcome, to clearly know so many members of the Israeli leadership so personally. He's been in the weeds on this, and then less than an hour later, appear in a room of world leaders, Arab and Muslim leaders, and have the same kind of warm welcome. It really is his force of nature which has managed to make this happen. I mean, I was struck that he was standing on that stage here in Sharm el-Sheikh, welcoming world leader after world leader, many of whom he's had his disagreements with, as we know. And it wasn't President Sisi of Egypt doing that. It was him. He is front and center here. His force of will, he has said what he wants to happen. He's laid out this 20-point plan. The objectives are very clear. And of course, the big question is how we get there.
And then this is the Time Have you seen the Time magazine piece about him?
Not yet. What about
cover of the magazine?
About Trump?
About Trump. Okay. It says the living Israeli hostages held in Gaza have been freed under the first phase of President Donald Trump's peace plan, alongside a Palestinian prisoner release. The deal may become a signature achievement of Trump's second term, and it could mark a strategic turning point for the Middle East. Again, these are all wonderful, unbelievable achievements. So for Martin Sheen to find himself in that position right before, it's just unfortunate.
Bad timing.
But he seems like a good actor. He should stick to it. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The John Curley Show.
And the reason I love autumn the most, and I guess that's why I love to grow pumpkins,
weekdays 3 to 7,
is because it's nature telling you summer is over and soon it will be dark and it will be cold and there will be no light. And just before, nature says, here's a prize for you because we know you're going to go into hibernation. So here's orange and yellow and fiery colors everywhere. So this is our final gift to you.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rureka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
After 35 years in the window industry, I know choosing the right team for your window or door project is a big decision. Adrian here, owner of Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Treating your home with care while offering top quality products is important to me. Our windows are 25% more energy efficient than Energy Star standards, reduce noise by up to 50%, and feature low maintenance, clean glass technology. Combined with our leading leak armor installation and lifetime warranty, you get protection for life. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com, a name you can trust.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is for you too. Stubborn fat is really hard to get rid of, and then there's all those gimmicky
Reiki, lasers, fat freezing methods, and prescriptions. Imagine a simple solution that takes just one day and provides immediate noticeable results. Introducing ProSculpt. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe and gentle yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while fully awake, ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target those problem areas: waistline, neck, face, arms, thighs. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat and tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. ProSculpt is one and done. Schedule your free consultation at prosculpt.com for $250 off. For powerful permanent fat removal and skin tightening that works for ladies and you men, it's prosculpt.com.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Hamas is returning the bodies of more deceased hostages, but Israel is angry that it hasn't received all of the remains. It's the first major snag in the peace plan for Gaza. Another could be disarming Hamas. The president today.
If they don't disarm, we will disarm them. And it'll happen quickly and perhaps violently.
CBS's Olivia Rinaldi at the White House.
Now we are entering what is essentially phase 2 of this agreement, which is the demilitarization of Hamas in the Gaza Strip, the reestablishment of a police force in that area for peacekeeping, and also the establishment of a new governing body.
In the meantime, Israel says it's limiting aid into Gaza, and Christian Cordon of the International Red Cross says the clock is ticking.
I think we are not yet there yet. We are clearly not yet there.
CBS News joined other news organizations today in declining to agree to the Pentagon's new rules for journalists. President Trump was asked about the new policy.
I find that when it comes to war, and now our great Department of War, we have some great people over there, I think it bothers me to have soldiers and even, high-ranking generals walking around with you guys on their sleeve, asking them because they can make a mistake, and a mistake can be tragic.
Caitlin Huey-Burns reports there's another vote scheduled to end the government shutdown, but it's likely to have the same outcome as the last few.
Here we are in the same place that we have been for a couple of weeks now. The difference is now people are starting to feel the different pressure points. We're seeing the situation at airports across the country as well, and more is likely to come. So whether that builds any pressure on these lawmakers on either side to strike some kind of compromise still remains to be seen.
The man charged with breaking into the governor's mansion in Pennsylvania and setting a fire has pleaded guilty to attempted murder and other charges. Governor Josh Shapiro.
We will forever be changed by this. We know that time will heal, but the scars will remain.
Matt Piper reports retail giant Walmart is going high-tech to give its shoppers more ways to browse for bargains.
Walmart is partnering with OpenAI to give shoppers a new feature that lets them complete purchases using ChatGPT. Users can ask it for things like best mattresses under $1,000 or a gift for an avid reader and buy suggested products from within the chat. OpenAI announced the instant checkout feature in late September and launched with Etsy.
On Wall Street today, stocks finished mixed. The Dow was up 200 points, the Nasdaq off by 172. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Quote today at Progressive.com.
Coming up, an apology from King County's assessor. That's after Nate Connors at the Real-Time Traffic Desk.
All right, Aaron, the Emerald Queen Casino's got the update. I'm starting to see volumes slowly pick up across the region, but no real big issues to worry about. We'll start you up in Everett. Our 2 p.m. shift change at Boeing is underway, so that means eastbound 526 is all gummed up from the factory over to I-5. That'll soon disperse onto I-5. In Canyon Park, North 405 is thick as you approach 527. South 5, we're filling in from the U District to I-90. Linwood to Seattle, plan on 20 minutes. North 5 crowded from the Michigan Curve in the downtown. Over in Factoria, South 405, pretty heavy through Factoria past Coal Creek Parkway. Bellevue to Renton is a 20-minute trip. Those lake bridges look great. We cleared our road work westbound 520 through Montlake, so all lanes are back open there. Otherwise, our major routes are all looking good right now. The Emerald Queen Casino is the entertainment capital of the Northwest, the best place to watch all your favorite sports, featuring wall-to-wall viewing screens, kiosks, and more. Be there at emeraldqueen.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granello. An about face and a big announcement today from embattled King County Assessor John Wilson.
Not only does he say he will not run for re-election, he's issuing a public apology to his former fiancée, Lee Keller. Keller had accused Wilson of stalking and harassment after their relationship ended. For months, while Wilson was running for King County executive, he spoke out publicly in his own defense on Facebook and on KIRO News Radio. In July, he was arrested for violating a restraining order to stay away from Keller, and he suspended his campaign. He now says to Keller, his friends, and supporters by email, quote, "I let you down." Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
A former dog kennel employee in Ballard pleads not guilty to felony animal cruelty charges. Dejan Bowens is accused of beating a black lab named Mitch to death. Prosecutors allege Bowens waited nearly 2 hours before seeking veterinary care. Court documents say he became irritated, kicking and punching Mitch after that dog knocked something over. It may cost you more to use the SR-99 tunnel when the World Cup comes to Seattle next year.
State officials are considering a temporary toll hike for the SR-99 tunnel of either 50 cents or $1. That would run 24/7 from June 1st to July 15th. During a presentation Tuesday morning, one member of the Washington State Transportation Commission expressed some reservations.
It's a little bit of a slippery slope when we think about the location of the tunnel by the stadiums. There's always events going on. You know, you could say there's major jumps in traffic for a number of reasons.
The commission could make a decision sometime in December about whether to move forward, and if it does, then it would take public input. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Mariners back in Seattle today after taking 2 games from Toronto in the ALCS. M's first baseman Josh Naylor anxious to play in front of the hometown fans.
Just full of energy, full of just an awesome fan base who loves baseball, loves to watch their hometown team win. And I think we really feed off that as a group.
Game 3 at T-Mobile Park set for 5:08 tomorrow night. Weather forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. For today, we are sticking with sunny skies, highs in the low 60s. Overnight lows, though, still chilly, upper 30s in Seattle. Right now, 58 degrees in downtown. I'm Aaron Granello, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, just 1 hour to go. I wish we had more time. I wish we had more time. We just have the 1 hour, so we're going to make the most of it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Bar the door. I say we can have all the time we want.
Bar the door.
Laura, you good with that? You're going to go late?
That means you can't get out, right?
They can't get in.
Oh, they can't get
That's
in.
what that means. Sure, they could cut off control to the room and move elsewhere, and we'd be sitting here looking like idiots.
Then we're just like in a tight room by ourselves with nothing to eat.
Fair enough.
And we'll end up just consuming each other in days. That took a dark turn fast. The cannibalism.
Who goes first, do you think?
Oh, my gosh, you guys. Thanks for being... That's so sweet of you to even think there... No, come on.
Great question.
It's so sweet of you to think there would even be a question.
Can I?
You two could survive literally a month
Off of what you're bringing to the table?
Come on. You and I, Lord, we wouldn't last 2 days.
Yeah,
The
okay.
two of you, though, a month.
Well, we'll see. Aaron's here too. We got to feed him.
Yeah.
We haven't let him out. We've literally locked the door. He's staying around. Aaron, I asked you to stick around because you were just doing a story in the news break that I didn't see yet, and so I'd like you to tell us again for the audience.
You're talking about the SR 99 tunnel, I believe.
That's the one that caught my ear.
Because you don't like paying tolls, Jake.
No, it's not that I don't like it. I loathe it. I hate it, and it's evil, and they know it's evil, and I don't like it, and it's evil.
So this would be a temporary toll hike for the World Cup next year. So either 50 cents or $1. It would run 24/7, June 1st to July 15th of next year. So here's what Transportation Commission member said today.
I mean, I think it's a little bit of a slippery slope when we think about the location of the tunnel by the stadiums. There's always events going on, and arguably, you could say there's, major jumps in traffic for a number of reasons, maybe not to this scale.
So final decision comes in December. If they go ahead with it, they'll seek public input. I'm sure you'll have input, Jake, and they'll take it into consideration.
Let's all have input in this. Everybody raise your hand if you like this idea.
Let me raise 2 hands.
I knew he would.
I love this idea.
Why do you love this idea? And make a actual argument for raising this toll and charging people who live here more money.
Well, you've skipped right to my caveat on this one.
There's no caveat.
I want a local exemption.
It's a catch-all.
This is a design to catch tourists coming to town, much like you do a hotel tax or rental car tax, to get those people who come to town for events that they can't get anywhere else to pay a little bit extra to help foot the bill of accommodating this new market of money spenders. You say, give us a little local exemption for a locally owned.
Bill.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Is it going to cost us to have these people here? Or are we going to make money off them coming here?
No, we'll make way more. That's why you bring events like the World Cup.
Why is Aaron running away? I'm going to make him vote on this.
Talk of cannibalism. I saw the blood leave his face when we brought it up. He knows better.
So you think you love this idea? It's
a temporary thing to take advantage of this massive crowd that's coming into Seattle for World Cup competition.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to have to expend a lot of money to accommodate this. True will make money on this. That's why it comes to town.
Yeah, to spend money to make money.
It will cost the city of Seattle a lot of money to host and safely host. We're putting up those kiosks downtown.
They shouldn't do it then. If it's going to cost us money, then let's not do it.
Well, we'll make a lot more than that.
So we're making money.
Yeah, but yeah. So, and I think if people are coming to town, you charge them a little extra. They're going to come town anyway. They don't mind the extra buck, the extra 50 cents to drive through that tunnel. Maybe just people have like a German or a Italian or Brazilian flag sticker on the back of their car. Just get them because they're here for the World Cup.
You hate people who are foreigners. Is that what you're saying? You hate out-of-towners?
Not out loud. I'm not saying it, but yeah, I guess if we boil it all down,
this is wrong. This is a wrong thing for them to do.
Raise the toll during a high volume thing.
It's going to cost people who live here more money. They can't do that. They can't do that.
Yeah, it's hard to weed out the locals.
Isn't there
legislation
legislation in place that says when you can toll people? Aren't we all don't we all vote on these things and agree to these things?
Whenever we want Act of 2022, that one, they pretty much can do. I think they can do whatever they want, right?
Doesn't that feel wrong to you though? That they can just say, you know what, we're going to charge you. But you love this idea. You've just expressed that you love this idea with the caveat for locals, which they won't carve out.
Well, then I can't love it if you can't give me a local break.
There you go.
I'm one of those not in my driveways.
Maybe they can have us all save receipts, and at the end of the month, however many times you've driven through the tunnel,
as we take a free bus to the grocery store,
exactly,
and then drive through the tunnel,
yeah,
make all those fees tax exempt. We can just credit them on our taxes.
Perfect.
I like it.
Perfect. That'll be seamless. I'm sure that'll go great.
Yeah, it's going to go smooth.
I'm sure it's going to go great. Can you guys tell I'm being sarcastic?
Yeah, I get it.
What a ridiculous.
Landing on pretty thick there,
These
buddy.
people, they're always trying to take money. Doesn't it bug you that they're always trying to get more of your money at all times?
It's starting to add up.
It's starting to add up.
I'm starting to notice the pinch.
I was going to start with the Mariners fun thing, but I'm going to switch over to this. Since we're on the topic of making your blood boil. Now, I don't live in Seattle, so I have no dog in this fight, but I'm going to tell you guys this story because you're going to pass it. Seattle's going to pass this.
Okay.
I'd love your take on this. There's a new education levy that people are going to be voting on. You know what's crazy is we have an election happening. We have a voting day happening in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. 2 weeks from today, right?
I was talking about
3 from today.
3. It's
3 weeks from today.
Yeah, 2 and change, whatever it is.
It's a Tuesday. We'll actually vote on Tuesdays.
I was talking with Jason rants about this. He goes, yeah, we got Election Day coverage coming up. And I was just like, Election Day, that's a long time away. That's in November. And then I looked at the calendar. I'm like, that's 2 weeks away.
Yeah, right?
Wild. All right. So voters are being asked to approve, if you're a Seattle voter, you're being asked to approve a $1.3 billion property tax levy to fund education services. Did you see this article in the Seattle Times?
Sure,
Kind of broke
sure
it
I did,
down.
yeah.
What's your thoughts on this? You like it?
You got to invest in schools. You got to invest in the future. Better schools, better educated population means a better working class, better society to live in, better city. Again, it's not my pocket. Dig in. I don't live in Seattle.
If you lived in Seattle, would you vote for this?
Yeah, I would, actually. I don't mind spending money on schools. I really don't mind.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. You do. You're just a nice guy, and you're saying it because you feel like you have to say it, but you do. You mind. You can tell me. Listen, I'm like Connie Chung. It's just you and me. Nobody younger than 40 gets that reference.
To be fair, do I mind? Yes. Am I still willing to do it? Yes.
Why are you willing to do it?
Because you got it. You can't complain about the lack of quality education we're giving our kids.
Is it the funding?
The funding for schools? You mean?
Is it lack of funding that is the quality that's lacking? Is it because they don't have enough money? You know how much we spend on money, and we talked about this.
Spend on money.
Do you know how much we spend on education in this state?
I know
per year?
It's hot. It's high. It's a lot.
$34 billion, Spike. $34
Imagine
billion. Imagine if we spent 35.3.
Thank you. Don't race ahead to the punchline.
That would fix all the problems.
That's all the difference. That last little bit.
Seattle School District spends. You can verify this number if you want. I don't know if this is just off the top of my head, but I think it's $1.37 billion is what they spend yearly on education
per student.
That's about per student. Yes, that's about per student. And you and I have talked about this many times. We play a fun game on the show where I make you guess how much a school district spends per year.
Yeah.
And you're usually about 90% off.
I'm about 10% of the actual budget. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing that we always like to laugh about and have fun with is then we start looking at the administrative salaries, like the superintendents, the assistant superintendent, the assistant superintendent, the assistant superintendent. I'm not on skip. Oftentimes they'll have
I know there's that many.
They will have 6 or 7 per district, all making north of $250,000 apiece. And then you sit there and you talk about an education levy for $1.3 billion, which Seattle voters will pass, I'm sure. The last one was in 2018. It was for like $619 million. So this one is double that, actually more than double that. And they're going to pass it, and it's going to mean an extra $600 per household.
Yeah.
If on the average Seattle home is about $1.1 million, so it's an extra $600. You're going to spend this, not you because you don't live in Seattle, but people who live in Seattle will spend this.
Yeah.
And then you look at test scores, and you cannot make an argument anymore that money means success because it doesn't. They don't have success. Their reading, their math levels, we talked about this many times on the show. They're abysmal. Most of them can't read at grade level. So why does giving them more money feel like the right thing to do? It feels like we're rewarding failure.
Well,
doesn't it?
If we don't change anything else except the budget, then yeah, I would give you that argument. But if you're going to hire better teachers,
how are you going to do that?
By getting,
they don't have the best already?
No, I don't think so.
Seattle,
you got to be competitive.
Pull that. Spike says Seattle doesn't have the best teachers.
You got to be competitive in a marketplace to get the best for any job.
Where are these teachers then?
Where are they working that they're not coming to Seattle?
Where are they working now? They're not working in Seattle. We have the 4th highest paid teachers in the country.
Do we? In city of Seattle?
In Washington.
Washington.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're talking about
predominantly in Seattle.
Well, competing with Bellevue, competing with Sammamish, competing with Mercer Island, competing with these other municipalities that are paying teachers more.
I guarantee you. I don't know if that. I don't think that's true. But if you go over to Bellevue, we should find out. Laura, can you look up and see how much Bellevue pays teachers on average versus how much Seattle pays teachers on average? I would bet you Bellevue teachers are not coming over to Seattle for an extra whatever amount this would be per year. They're probably pretty happy in Bellevue, was my guess. And what's confusing to me is the amount of money they keep spending on this and making the argument that this leads to better results when we know that that's not the case. It's just not the case. Here's another thing in the article that this doesn't make sense to me. A huge chunk of the money, like about half the money, is going to go to early education, child care assistance programs. Look at this. This is from the Seattle Times article. $155 million would go to the city's child care assistance program, more than doubling the program's subsidized child care slots from 600 to 1,400 kids. Okay, so remember these numbers. It's also proposing additional money for the Seattle preschool program. Laura, what do you got?
Seattle makes most.
Seattle makes more.
Yeah, Seattle makes more than
Sorry.
Sammamish, more than
What do
Bellevue.
you know?
Yeah.
Okay, the leap in funding would add for the
Do I
Seattle.
at least get Mercer Island? Do they at least pay more?
No way.
No?
Not a chance. No. Although
Mercer Island has public schools.
Mercer.
Since when?
Ouch.
They've got one person that goes.
And they pay less than Seattle.
No, it's Spike.
Wow.
Come on. You know I'm right on these things. The leap in funding would add 600 slots to the program, to the Seattle preschool program. Do you know how much they're going to spend additionally if this passes the Seattle preschool program?
How much?
$452 million.
For Seattle preschool.
Here's my question.
That's great.
Spike, you got to wait until I drop the shoe before you
Right, bend over, get kicked in the head. Go ahead,
Listen to this.
Tell me more.
How many? Well, let's play a fun game.
No.
No, I want to play a fun game. No, you've invited me into your home, and now I'm going to step on your couch. How many slots do you think that they would add with $452 million to the Seattle preschool program?
Oh,
how many
God.
additional slots are they going to add of preschool kids that they'll be able to fund through this $452 million? Additional slots.
That's all dedicated to preschool?
Seattle preschool program would get $452.6 million of this $1.3 billion funding.
Wow, how many more?
How many additional slots?
I
Take
bet
a wild
that's-
guess.
How many million?
$452 million.
I bet 452. I bet there's going to be 20,000 spots.
20,000.
Yeah.
That's your guess.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a fun game, and I love this game
Is it-
because you
is-
are the most, and you're earnest about this, and you assume the best of these people.
Sure.
And here's my question to you. If I were to tell you that they were hoping to add 600 slots, would that confuse you?
It would confuse me a lot. That's how many?
600 additional slots.
That's almost $1 million a slot.
That's
to
my
give
question
a kid
mark.
preschool.
That's my question mark.
Give me the money. I'll have them all at my house.
That's my question mark.
They'll learn. They'll be speaking Latin by Tuesday with that kind of cash.
So I even try to be really, really generous here, and I broke this down. I said, all right, the last levy
is that
passed.
Possible.
Thank you, Spike. Thank you. Listen, you have little conversations with people, and you just give them a little bit, and they go, you're right. This seems crazy
How
to
is
me.
that possible?
How
to
is
say?
that possible?
How is $500 million equate to 600 spots in preschool?
So here's the thing that I was looking at this, and I was trying to be very generous. In 2018, they passed a $619 million levy. That's the most recent one that passed. So it's been almost 7 years, right, since they passed the last levy. This new levy would be for $1.3 billion, and this would be for $452 million just for this one Seattle preschool program. And I thought to myself, all right, well, maybe that's spreading that money out over 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
That should still be more than 600 slots spread over 7 years.
Yeah.
That seems insane to me. Where's the money going? That's my question to you. Where's the money going? I don't know where it's going. I mean, I know when I look on the website that sometimes we have fun looking at and shows all the salaries of every employee in the state.
Yeah.
We're kind of twisting our heads and going, well, how is it possible that a superintendent makes over $500,000?
You think that's what it's going to be going to $500,000 earning preschool teachers?
Well, I
bet it's 64 box crayons. You know, the big box of crayons. I bet it's comfortable nap mats.
That seems pretty ritzy.
You know?
Yeah, that
maybe
seems pretty
organic applesauce.
It might. Listen.
Little things add up.
You want the best for the kids.
You do.
If there's one thing we know, the more money you throw at a problem, the better it gets fixed. No, but here's my.
You made it funny.
Here's my question though. And this is an honest question. Let's say that they're planning on not getting another levy passed for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
You're still talking about $500 million for 600 slots. Where does the money go?
That doesn't seem even possible that you could spend that much money on a preschool.
And the one that I told you right above
Are you
that
picking
one,
the kids up and dropping them off in Bentleys?
the city's child care assistance program, an additional $155 million for that one. They want to double the amount of kids who get subsidized child care from 600 to 1,400 for $200 million. I'm sorry, $155 million bucks
For only how many kids?
for only an additional, what is that, 800 kids?
I got to get into child care. Apparently, it pays really well.
But here's the thing. I know it doesn't. I'm not knocking the
I
teachers.
know you're not.
And I'm not
Neither
knocking the
am I.
child care.
No.
I just don't know where the money's going. And I sit here and I look at these numbers and I think to myself, we have a state already that spends almost $33 billion is going to be the next budget. If that's his biennium, so that's
For
for 2 years.
education.
But that's a lot of money. It's the largest line item budget in the state's budget, which is, I think the state's full budget is $77 billion. That's for everything. That's for roads. That's for cops. That's for everything. Almost half of that is going to education. And now here you have Seattle needing an extra $1.3 billion, $500 million for 600 slots at a daycare or preschool. If you can explain that to me in a way that makes sense, I would love somebody to, because I honestly, I read the entire article 3 times and I could not figure out where this money is going. And so I ask you again, as I did at the start of our conversation, if you're talking about an education levy that you're not voting on because you're not a Seattle citizen, knowing these things now, is that still something that you'd vote for $1.3 billion? An additional $600 from your money?
My house is worth a lot more now. It's about $850 for my house if I was living in Seattle. I know, right? It's, I got 5 TVs.
You got 5 TVs?
5 TVs.
Are they all color?
Please.
Unbelievable.
Of course, they're all flat screen.
Can I have one? Mine turned pink last night.
Color
Sure,
TVs.
come on over and grab one.
Jeez Louise.
Don't take the biggest one, though. That's mine.
So would you vote for this?
I want to talk to Dwayne Chappell. He's the head of Department of Education and Early Learning, and find out how you can spend that kind of money with only 600 spots for preschool. Tell me where this money's going. Justify these expenses to me.
Are you at least no longer a guaranteed yes?
Oh, yeah. I got to be talked into this.
That's a success, folks.
Yeah.
That's a big win.
And that's how you change people's minds. You listen to their side of the argument. You give them some honest facts about the situation. You ask them a genuine question. How do you spend $500 million to give 600 kids additional preschool over a 7-year period? How do you spend that kind of money?
Yeah. Great question. Great questions.
Let's reach out to
Follow
Dwayne
the
Chappell.
Money.
Yeah.
Follow the money.
Let's see if Dwayne can take our call at his beachfront cabana in Cabo San Lucas.
And here's the thing. I bet you Dwayne's a good guy.
Probably solid. He cares about kids.
His last name is Chappell. How can you not like that?
He's the head of Department of Education and Early Learning. Of course he understands investment in our kids means a better future for our city.
Also means a lot of money for people in the higher ups, is my guess.
It may very well mean
I bet you there's a lot of administrative costs. Most of the money that goes to education spending.
I guessed 20,000 kids, and it's 600.
I know you did. That's because you're a well-meaning guy who
I bet if you figure out what it costs to give a kid a good preschool experience, you probably get that many kids in for that kind of money.
For $500 million?
Yeah, you could probably get 20,000 kids in.
I bet you could. Spike. We should start a preschool. Jake and Spike preschool. Where you just
we'll get Eddie Murphy to play
learn
me.
Common sense. Yeah. And what's his name? Oh, from White Lotus, funny guy, hilarious.
Mike White?
Not Mike White. No, the dad. What's his name?
I don't remember.
From Texas. He was also in That Thing You Do. Oh, it's driving me crazy.
Tom
Somebody's going
Hanks?
to text me.
No, I'm kidding. It's Zahn. Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn, who was also in Daddy.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. Our local tax expert Greg Nunn wants taxpayers to know the IRS is now going after older cases very aggressively. If you received Form CP-504 from the IRS, do not ignore it. Be proactive and resolve your situation with Greg Nunn, N-U-N-N, None Better Tax Resolution.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Well, they're voting again today, but there is not much hope U.S. senators will advance a spending plan to end the now 14-day government shutdown. Here's CBS's Stacey Lynn.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says the Democrats have another chance to end this mess and continues to focus on Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
This is an attempt at image rehabilitation for Chuck Schumer.
But a fired federal employee stood with Democrats at a press conference saying her son asked if he could 3D print Legos and sell them
so he could help us pay our mortgage. It was the sweetest and most heartbreaking thing he has ever said.
Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
Hamas has released the bodies of 4 more Israeli hostages held in Gaza. CBS's Linda Gradstein reports from Jerusalem.
While Israelis celebrated the return of all 20 living hostages Monday, Hamas continues to hold bodies of hostages killed on October 7th 2 years ago or who were killed in captivity. On Tuesday, Hamas handed over 4 additional bodies, leaving 20 bodies still in Hamas hands. Hamas has said some of the bodies could be buried under rubble.
A 71-year-old Jewish man says he was attacked in broad daylight after tearing down a pro-Gaza sign in West Seattle. Police say the suspect, a man in his 30s, headbutted the victim and called him a Zionist pig yesterday afternoon. The victim pepper sprayed the suspect, who was then arrested. Thousands of Kaiser Permanente healthcare workers walked off the job this morning.
Everybody wants excellent care, but the issue is nobody wants to pay.
That man is on strike in Los Angeles. Here in the Northwest, about 4,000 nurses and professionals in Oregon and Southwest Washington began that 5-day strike. Kaiser Permanente tells us the strike does not impact frontline staff in Washington. New tolling equipment on SR 167 goes live next week on Monday. All drivers who want to use the lane for free must have a pass. State Tolling Director Ed Berry says that includes HOVs.
Carpoolers who want to use the express toll lane or continue to use it, they must have a good-to-go account and a flex pass set to HOV mode.
And people without a good-to-go pass will have to pay the toll plus a $2 pay-by-mail fee. At 2:33 now, we go to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
All righty, this report brought to you by Seattle Sports. Building volumes across the board as we head into our mid-afternoon drive. Up in Everett, eastbound 526, you're heavy, leaving the Boeing factory over to I-5. Seattle and Bellevue to Everett are still looking good, taking about 40 minutes. South 5, you're going to jam up at the north end of the Ship Canal Bridge, down to I-90. Linwood to Seattle still hovering around 20 minutes. North 5 is thick at the West Seattle Bridge in the downtown. Eastbound on the West Seattle Bridge, you're packed from Highway 99 over to I-5. That's where drivers lining up to hop onto North 5. The right lane to South 5 is clear. Factoria, South 405 are bumper to bumper now from Southeast 8th to Cold Creek Parkway. Bellevue to Renton has gone up to 25 minutes. Renton to Bellevue, 15 minutes, but it is thick through the S-curves. And Renton to Puyallup beginning to fill in now. We're up to a 40-minute drive. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Clear skies today and highs in the upper 50s and low 60s. We're up to 58 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right, we started this debate right at the start of the show. If you missed it, it was right at the very start of the show today. It was kind of a fun one. We started with the news everybody's talking about, which is the Mariners had a fantastic day yesterday in Toronto. They're now back on their way here for Game 3. A really bummer of a day for Toronto fans. It was Canadian Thanksgiving. Their Maple Leafs lost and their Blue Jays. But, oh well, things happen. Good for us. Jeff Passan posted this, and I thought it was very interesting. He found out that Jorge Polanco loves Maverick and Iceman. He's a big Top Gun fan. Mm-hmm. And he says that he has the Top Gun anthem as his ringtone. And so it got me thinking, okay, well, which one is he talking about? Is he talking about the original Danger Zone, or is he talking about the Lady Gaga Hold My Hand from the movie Maverick, which was a fantastic
It was. And he's a younger
sequel.
man. So
yeah, so he might. That
could
might
very well be in the
resistant.
Maverick era.
So let me play you a little bit of each of these, and then I think we should have an honest debate about which one it is. Did you watch this, Spike? Did you watch this? You saw Maverick, right?
I've seen Maverick.
You seen Maverick. Laura, have you seen Maverick? You saw Maverick.
That's the new one, right?
That's
yeah,
the
I
new
saw
one.
that.
Okay, yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was a nice job.
I loved it.
Did a great job, yeah.
I thought it was so good, and it pays off on all these great things. The fact that they had Val Kilmer in there was so great.
Loving, yeah.
Very loving, very respectful of him.
Beautiful.
And beautiful. They did such a nice job in that movie. And
John Hamm was a bit of a D-bag in the movie, played it beautifully, right? Got his comeuppance when the Mav delivers.
John Hamm has one of those faces that's very easy to
face you want
dislike
a punch.
because he's so nice looking.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And
you just go,
smug.
This
know
guy.
it all.
Yeah. But he
Yeah,
also
great movie.
recognized his talent, which is why he had Maverick.
Yeah, you go.
Fly when he needed him.
Betcha.
So that movie, I think, obviously did so well. Not just because of the soundtrack, which was fine, but the time that it came out. Do you remember that was like the production of that movie was national news because it was in the middle of COVID when everything was shutting down.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise, who obviously carries those films, he was like the guy trying to save Hollywood at the time.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
We needed a blockbuster.
We needed
Only
something.
one man can deliver.
And who are you going to go to? The world's biggest action movie star.
Tom Cruise is that man.
Cruise.
Yeah.
So the movie was fantastic. I really liked it. This song, though, is it better if we're talking about music that pumps you up, getting you excited? Jorge Polanco clearly has been, as Jeff Passan says in his post here, flying high. Is it this song by Lady Gaga, or is it the Kenny Loggins version from Danger Zone from the original? From this, a lot of people think it's Danger Zone. Jeff and Polsbo says, let's see here. Jeff and Polsbo says it's neither of those. It's the instrumental theme from Top Gun. Jeez, look up the theme.
Really?
Song. Is there an instrumental theme that I'm not remembering that's different?
From the original?
Is he talking about the over credits?
Maybe.
Can you pull that up, Andrew? Can you see if there's an instrumental theme from the original Top Gun? Is it Hans Zimmer? Is that what he's talking about? I think Hans Zimmer did those originally.
Maybe. Yeah, it was Hans Zimmer. Yeah.
Okay, look that up.
And he did the 22 movie, The Maverick, as well. Yeah, I love Hans Zimmer.
No,
Hans
but when
Zimmer
I think
is a player.
he's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's
but you
probably
think Maverick,
the best at what he's ever done.
Danger
but when I think of Top Gun, you think of Danger Zone, right? Aren't we all thinking of Danger Zone? All right, we're going to play a little bit of Hans Zimmer here.
It's probably this he's talking about.
This is very good.
This is ringtone?
This is very good.
And who texted this in?
This was Jeff and Polsbo.
Okay.
Jeff, you might have me. You might be right. I got to be honest. We're getting a lot of
this. This is the
version.
one.
Yeah.
People who know. You know.
Sean in Bothell says he agrees with Jeff. I thought the exact same thing. It's the same instrumental, and it's in both movies.
Oh yeah.
You're right. It would apply to both movies.
Yeah. Nobody went for Take My Breath Away, huh? I really, that was my dark horse. I really wanted it.
I think Kelly
the one
Brock,
nobody saw coming.
Kelly Brock's interesting. She was very good looking in that movie.
Kelly McGinnis, you're talking? From Maverick?
Oh,
Kelly Brock's different.
Kelly Brock was also very good.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, no, you're Kelly McGinnis.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm thinking of Weird Science, Kelly.
Yeah,
that's Kelly Brock, right?
Hey, if you had to strand it with
actually
one,
would have been great in that
on
movie
a desert
as well.
island. Yeah, you bet. Plus, she had magical powers because she was made with a bra on her head.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, can I give a quick stat? By the way, because we're talking about Polonktober, which I think we need to start dubbing it, as he has become the most prolific October hitter in Major League Baseball history.
Polonktober.
Listen to this. Jorge Polanco is the first player in Major League Baseball history to have 3 go-ahead hits in the 5th inning or later in 3 consecutive postseason games. When the chips are down, Mr. Clutch.
What a signing by the Mariners to keep him.
Beautiful. This is what, that's the thing. We talk about the fan base being in love with his team and how it's been 24 years since we went to an ALCS. But the ownership stepped up this year and gave the fans what the fans have been giving them for decades. Signing Polanco, picking up Suarez, going to get Naylor.
Yeah.
Signing the big dumper to a multi-year deal.
Locking in Cal for
steal. Locking in Julio.
Yeah.
The ownership has realized that this fan base deserves what they're giving us right now. Takes 2 to tango.
Flying high. This fan base is flying high. RB in the 360 said I'm mispronouncing Jeff Passan's name. It's Passan.
Passan? Okay.
Passan.
Okay.
Jeff Passan. Just a lot of corrections.
We got Polanco right there, didn't we?
You know what? It's not an ego thing, guys. I'm happy to be corrected.
Sure.
I got the name wrong.
Yeah, come on.
It's not Kelly. It's Kelly LeBrock. Is it Kelly LeBrock?
Kelly LeBrock was
Did
from
I call her Kelly Brock?
Yeah, well, you know.
Did I say Kelly Brock?
You did.
Listen, I was like 5 years old, guys. Okay, I watched the movie when it was on TBS.
The fact we even noticed there was a woman in it at that point says that's good. Says a lot.
Oh, I noticed.
Yeah.
I noticed a lot.
America noticed.
Have you seen Weird Science?
Oh, yeah. Come on.
It's actually quite disturbing. I haven't rewatched it, but the premise of that movie
it's pretty bad.
is not a movie that they would make today.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. Also, that'd be a strange song if that was somebody's like pump up music.
Weird Science. I mean, you know,
Can we pull up
for?
Weird Science, Andrew, as we go out? Just to send this is to all the Mariners fans out there who are looking for some music to pump themselves up, whether it's Jeff Passan or Jeff Passan.
Yeah.
Whether it's Kelly Brock or Kelly LeBrock or Kelly McGinnis. I don't care which Kelly. I think people should just be listening to just blasting Weird Science as we get to get excited about these Mariners. And that's what we're going to go out. Here we go. A little Weird Science for you.
Is this Oingo Boingo? Is that what it is?
It is Oingo Boingo. Nicely done, yeah.
Are you sure we're pronouncing that right? Because we're
I know Danny Elfman, Oingo Boingo. I know this one, yeah. See, this would be good. This would be good pump up music for Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Rafael Palmeiro,
there you go.
Any of the Juice Brigade. This is their walk-up music.
It's also a really good song.
Yeah, always a really good song.
It's also, Laura, have you seen Weird Science?
No.
No, you haven't seen. Oh, man.
No, skip that one. Put that lower on your list.
I would first
She hasn't
see-
seen Godfather.
She hasn't. She also
which
hasn't
would also
watched,
be great walk-up music, though.
She also hasn't watched Sixth Sense. She
Still,
hasn't seen it
we
yet.
gave you a
You're
week.
really going to call me out like that?
Yeah. And now we got to go. We don't have time to tell her, but she's got to see it. See that movie, Laura. All right, guys. We got your text message coming up next. We'll be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
You've been wiring pounds to a second wife in London.
It's not what it looks like.
And here she is now.
Sure it isn't.
Hello, darling.
Elizabeth?
Did you know our husband used a bank instead of Wise to send you money? What an imbecile.
Well-
See, even your secret wife knows that banks are slow and hide fees in overseas transfers.
Those cheaters.
If you want to send money overseas, use Wise. They're faster and they don't hide fees.
You can save up to 70% when you send money abroad. Be smart. Get Wise. Learn more by visiting wise.com. T's and C's apply.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Do you need glasses or contacts and you're now at the age where you also need readers? K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to eliminate the need for all those. Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision. Andy, for those nearing age 50 or so, refractive lens exchange can be a great alternative to LASIK.
That's right, Joe. K2 Vision RLE is a terrific, permanent solution for a lifetime of great vision. The older we get, we experience the dysfunction of our natural lens, which affects both distance vision and requires the use of reading glasses. Plus, after K2 Vision RLE, you will never develop a cataract.
And like LASIK, K2 Vision RLE is quick and painless. The question is, which procedure is right for you?
After replacing more than 100,000 failing lenses, we have the experience to tell you if it's your right time for RLE.
Schedule your free Zoom consultation with us about K2 Vision RLE to get your eyes seeing young again, permanently.
Go to k2visionrle.com, k2visionrle.com.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
you've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Open enrollment for Medicare is coming up. Are you ready? Herb Weisbaum, the consumer man here. Get organized early with a Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit from the Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program. Order your free copy today at insurance.wa.gov.
The markets and the economy will change, but you should always know what you can rely on from your financial advisor. I'm John Ramsire with Baird Private Wealth Management in Seattle. With deep planning and investment expertise, Baird's financial advisors have guided individuals and families through changing markets for more than 100 years. And in all that time, our guiding principle has never changed. Our clients come first, always. Discover the Baird difference at rwbaird.com/Seattle.
All right, welcome back to the show. We got a lot of text messages, lots of them. Why don't we just get to them? Laura, fire away.
On free bus rides to grocery stores in Everett, 425 says this is a re-election year for the mayor of Everett. Maybe she's doing this as a PR move, get some votes.
Interesting.
Interesting take,
Could
yeah.
be.
Bonnie says on the grocery stores, free bus rides in Everett. Do the shoplifters that ruined it for everyone also get free transit to the grocery store too?
Yes, so that they can shoplift at new stores.
That's why you have to
eventually close those down.
Yeah, you can't just ask for bags of groceries because they may have shoplifted them. You need receipts.
Absolutely.
So I'm telling you need receipts.
Yeah, the verification process to get somebody on a bus, if it's checking bags of groceries, that's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
Chris in Port Orchard said maybe prosecute minor crimes like theft so the businesses aren't losing so much. Food deserts are horrible for those who live there and rely on them, even with bus routes. Absolutely, Chris. Very true.
And on the danger zone, Benny the tugboat expert points out Kenny Loggins was born in Everett.
That's right. I think he went to Everett High School. Isn't that right? I believe so.
I like it. Yeah, I don't know about that, but I'm going to trust your judgment here. Unicycle Mike says, danger zone. I was stationed on MCAS Miramar, where the Top Gun was filmed.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, first Top Gun. Rick the Plumber says, I think we need a drum roll every time Jake asks Laura if she's seen a movie, quite possibly the most stressful moment on the show.
You never know. Maybe one day I'll have seen something.
We should that would be really fun. We should have some sort of little thing just to see and wait for you to say, no, of course I haven't seen the movie. That's a good idea.
Uber Noodle says, it was a rite of passage for both my daughters to sit and watch the original Top Gun with me, full surround sound.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
And Rich and Burian says, I have vowed to never watch Top Gun, even on my deathbed, all because of the line, that's right, I am dangerous.
Rich, you're cheating yourself out of a good time.
Seriously,
yeah, you got to see it. I like you, Rich. You text the show a lot. We've exchanged some text messages. You got to see that movie. Absolutely. And Laura, you should see that movie as well. I'm not saying you guys go together. I'm just saying you should both see the movie independently. On the Mariners, Jay from Green Lake says, I was one of the people that helped cause the M-quake Friday night after I closed Sumo Dogs. Oh, hey, what's up, Jay?
It's Jay from Sumo.
Yeah, there you go. I was holding my breath for 6 extra innings. Finally, when Polanco hit the shot heard around the world, me and all the M's fans around me went absolutely nuts. We were jumping up and down, screaming nonstop, high-fiving and hugging until I almost passed out. I started throwing leftover Sumo Dogs, and M's fans were catching and devouring them like wild animals. Go M's all the way. I wish there was a video of you throwing hot dogs.
Sumo dogs.
Like hot dogs from
wild.
heaven.
Yeah.
Hot dogs from Jay.
That's hilarious.
They are wonderful. On the start of ski season, Dave in the 206 says, White Pass is often overlooked. And Mission Ridge in Wenatchee. It's a hidden gem. I love Mission Ridge.
I've never been to Mission Ridge,
you're
but
gonna love it.
Everybody says it's great.
It really is a wonderful little ski resort, yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yep.
On the World Cup, higher tolls on 99 Tunnel. RB and 360 said, isn't that price gouging? Yes, it is, RB. Absolutely.
Thanks for noticing.
Chris in the 206 says, how many tourists are driving here, though? Uber drivers will be charged like the rest of us locals. It's not a good idea.
Thank you, Chris.
And anything temporary ends up coming back permanent and more expensive.
425 is absolutely right. 100%.
Hey, that is
All
an
right,
absolute.
Spike, pick your last favorite one.
Ooh.
So we got to go.
Tara in Mill Creek says, Everett School District teachers have the highest pay in the state. Our results are not the highest in the state. To your point,
Tara.
throwing money at a problem does not solve that problem.
Always fix it. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. John Curley is coming up next. You're not going to want to miss a second of that. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow. So come back. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
John Curley Show.
And the reason I love autumn the most, and I guess that's why I love to grow pumpkins.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
Is because it's nature telling you summer is over and soon it will be dark and it will be cold and there will be no light. And just before, nature says, here's a prize for you because we know you're going to go into hibernation. So here's orange and yellow and fiery colors everywhere. So this is our final gift to you.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Spike O'Neill here. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens gave me back the perfect vision I had up until a few years ago. Now, never need glasses again. Never develop cataracts. Been about 6 months since my RLE surgery. My vision is better than it's ever been in my life. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens, privately owned, no corporate shareholders or boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to overaccomplish, never overprice. Call 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
You can count on the Seattle Times for trusted local news and information. The Seattle Times is one of the few independent, locally owned news organizations in the country right here in the Pacific Northwest. Take a closer look with the Seattle Times. Dig into investigative journalism that holds those in power accountable. Discover a new perspective. Gain a deeper understanding. Learn something new about where we live. Subscribe today and don't miss a beat at seattletimes.com/subscribe.
Most roofers around here give you one option. 2 if you're lucky. Asphalt shingles and maybe metal. That's like going to a restaurant and the only thing on the menu is salad. Sure, there are a few kinds, but they're all pretty much the same, and none of them will keep you satisfied for long. I'm Jim Singletary, Chief Roof Nerd at RoofSmart, and we serve up real choices. Yeah, we do asphalt shingles, sure, but what about something more substantial, like EuroShield rubber tiles that last a lifetime? Or a beautiful, durable metal roof that can handle Seattle's weather like a champ. We even install cedar shake, stone, copper, and walkable rooftop decks. Most roofers stick to what's easy. At RoofSmart, we offer what's best for you. Now, those are what we call options. For anything is possible roofing, call RoofSmart at 206-487-4877 or visit GetRoofSmart.com today. That's 206-487-4877 or online at GetRoofSmart.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News.